being electrocuted, bringing a tragic there.
Yeah, and then he's stuck now. He can't get back down, and he's tired. Look
Now,
at
this
him.
is
He's huffing and puffing.
July 20th in Gladstone, New Mexico. Footage captured by drivers going by. Now, another video also includes audio from a 911 call with a passerby telling emergency dispatchers, quote, "I'm calling to report a bear on top of a light pole." Dispatchers said wildlife officials had already been alerted to the situation, but explained that using a tranquilizer while the bear remained on the pole could have caused it to fall. Now, the New York Post later reported the animal was electrocuted before rescue could be carried out. So sad ending there for the bear.
I was walking when I was a kid, King Creek Golf Course. I was walking into the pro shop and the old clubhouse, and the line that runs like from the power to the building. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
From the street to the building. I saw a squirrel running up that line, and then the transformer about 3 seconds later goes pow. You know how loud those things are.
My goodness,
when a
yes.
transformer blows.
But that used to happen a lot at jogs, you know.
Oh, yeah. And about 10 seconds later, a squirrel, that fried smoking squirrel, goes boom. I mean, it shot that thing so far up in the air.
Yeah.
Like the sound had already, and that squirrel came back down, and it is smoking.
Yeah.
I
the
feel-
raccoon at the bottom is going, dinner up, order up.
Already cooked.
I would think this is AI, though, right? I feel bad. The bear's panning. Just
I mean,
wonder.
If you ever thought you could climb a tree to get away from a bear, no,
Nope,
you cannot.
You cannot. Now, you may be able to climb down one once he's up there. If he
No,
doesn't
that's
kill
not
you.
AI.
no, this is real. There's a 911 footage you can pull up where the audio is. Hi, I'd like to report a bear on top of a utility pole.
Sir, this is for serious calls only.
And roll damn tide.
But I would love to see him climbing the pole.
I would too. I'd like to see the start of this. I know nobody was videoing.
Sadly, I would go pole one climbing up and then just the pop to see what happens.
I'd kind of like to see the electrocution.
Yeah.
So he's hurt now.
Well, he's exhausted. Look how he's huffing and puffing. And it probably feels bad on his nuts.
Yeah, why did his dumbass climb that pole?
Yeah.
So the article says that a lot of times when bears get scared by dogs, cars, stuff like that,
They eat the human.
They'll climb things. Not sure what scared him to climb this high up, but yeah, that's why they do it.
So, a night at the movies in Coconut Grove turned into an attack on a woman when a theater patron became violent after he appeared to be set off by her laughter. Now, the 24-year-old woman, who wanted to remain anonymous, spoke with 7 News on Tuesday. She said Sunday night's incident landed her at the hospital with a fractured finger, bruised cheek, and an eye injury. Quote, "Yeah, he got angry." Cell phone video captured what unfolded inside of the auditorium after a group of friends all laughed at a scene in a movie. Now, something happened in the movie. We're laughing like, ha, ha, ha. And he says, "Shut the fuck up." I said, "You cannot be quiet, not shut up," the woman said. The victim said the man sitting in the front did not like the laughter and started heading her way. As he walked to me, he said, "I want to throw all your food away." And I said, "Do it." And he said, she said, "I never thought he was going to get to the tray, but he hit me in the face. He said he was going to break my finger." Video shows the man slapping the woman in the face with a pizza pan and then throwing pizza slices on a plate up in the air. Now, she said he hit me, then he went to his seat. Her friend snapped a picture of him lifting his plastic cup before they called for security and police as a guard took the man out of the
Next Round shirts, Next Round hoodies, and Next Round hats all in one place, nextround.store. Find your favorite piece of gear from your favorite show and put it in your rotation. You never know, you might be in one of our videos showing Next Round gear being worn all over the world. Find all of your favorite Next Round gear by visiting nextround.store. Place an order for you and that big Next Round fan in your life at nextround.store. Look your best at work, at school, at the stadium, or anywhere you go wearing Next Round gear from nextround.store.
When you trust a doctor with your life, they owe you proper care. If medical negligence left you or a loved one injured, you deserve answers and compensation. Alexander Shunnarah trial attorneys have recovered over $2 billion for their clients harmed by medical errors, misdiagnoses, and surgical mistakes. They fight hospitals and insurance companies so you can focus on healing. Don't wait. Medical malpractice cases have strict deadlines in Alabama. Call Alexander Shunnarah trial attorneys now for a free consultation. 659-777-7777 or alexwins.law. You pay nothing unless they win. Physical office location, Birmingham.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown, The Next Round. presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Coming up on the show, more Marvel Comic Studio movies coming out. Yes, please. I love them.
What's the last one you've watched?
ESPN gives us 10 teams that can win the basketball national championship. A ton of college football, Big Ten media days, and why my Tampa Bay Buccaneers are starting to sound like the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, gosh.
All that coming up.
Sorry to hear that, Jim.
Yeah. But we start off with what has been the buzz over the internet for the past 24 hours. And I don't want to be the old guy in the room here.
Oh,
but,
did I miss something?
Yeah, I don't want to be the old guy in the room
Yeah,
here.
right at the end of yesterday's show.
Yeah. But
you're about to give us a genuine reaction here.
The SGA at Alabama, Student Government Association, and the Alabama Panhellenic folks.
Oh, I did see this.
Yeah, what to wear. One team, one color, one student section. East Carolina, they want you to wear crimson to the game.
Uh-huh.
Florida State, they want you to wear black and white.
Yeah. What, a houndstooth?
South Carolina is fans' choice.
Okay.
And then the controversial one, Georgia, they want you to wear white. Now,
wait, who's the idiot that put this together?
So
I mean, seriously.
Now, to me, I don't know if they do this every year, and this just come across. Brooks, you went to school there. Brooks, did the SGA recommend what the folks wear in the student section every year?
No, this is new to my knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay. So without calling it a whiteout, I think they're saying they want the Georgia game to be a whiteout under the lights, prime time on ABC. I didn't think Alabama did whiteouts and blackouts. I thought we made fun of people that did whiteouts and blackouts.
Is Alabama going to storm the field if they beat Georgia for the 9th or 10th time? You know?
I think I can safely say Alabama fans, and this sounds like a shot at Alabama fans, but I think every Alabama fan would say, no, Brown's right about this. I think Alabama fans think they're above this. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Yes,
100%.
That sounds like I'm taking a shot at Alabama fans, but Alabama fans on this show will be like, yes, absolutely, Alabama fans think they're above this.
This is hokey. This is driving fan base like we need the support. We need some kind of gimmick to get people there. We need some excitement around the program.
Yeah.
This is not Alabama football.
Fan atmosphere has never been better in the history of Alabama football than it is at Bryant-Denny Stadium right now.
Correct.
The problem isn't the fan atmosphere; it's the run game right now. You know?
Yeah. Can you put that on a T-shirt?
Everybody go dressed up like a blocking guard.
Yeah. There are a lot of issues above this.
Yeah. And real quickly, Brownie, I just wanted to say, I said this as the old guy yesterday on social media, and I'll say it again here on our platform. If it was not a tradition between 1973 and 1979 and 2008 and 2023, if you did not create that as a tradition during those two periods of time of Alabama football, you don't need it. You don't need it. That's 9 national championships in those two snippets of time.
I hate to take a shot at a 20 or 21-year-old, and I hope it's somebody that young that did this. This is a dumbass, graphic, though. We've got fans' choice on there. We're going to go black and white.
He's not taking a shot here, Tyler.
I mean, black and white.
They didn't even commit to the bit. There's 2 games that are fans' choice.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, this game we're crimson, this game we're white.
I'm going to go purple on
these
fans'
2
choice.
Games, I can't think of anything else, so do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, we're out of ideas. And one of them's Chattanooga. You're not going to be there anyway, so we don't care. Yeah.
And listen, this is a part of it, too. They do this at Auburn. They do.
Oh, they do this at a lot of schools.
You wear blue, wear orange.
Oh, Penn State celebrates it. This is the biggest home game in Penn State.
Oh, it's the
football every
whiteout.
year.
I always thought it was just one game for certain programs.
Yeah.
And I never liked
Most
it. It looks
is,
pretty cool on TV.
Yeah,
but I had no idea that the SGA would send this out. I get it at Rutgers. I get it at Northwestern.
Well, Rutgers, you don't have enough fans really to tell.
Exactly.
And that's why you're trying to give people a reason. There would be a group of chemistry students that are like, man, you want to go to the football game? Well, we can all wear crimson today.
Well, and when George,
no, it's fans' choice, Lance.
One of the biggest wins in the Saban era to start the thing rolling was the blackout win at Georgia. Mm-hmm. And the coaches were making fun of the blackout in the practice leading into it.
Anybody that knows the history of Alabama football, especially the Saban years, knows everything inside and outside about that game and what a turning point that was.
Yeah, and they're going to have they're all wearing black. It's a blackout. They're going to a funeral. It's a blackout.
That's right. Great line by Scott Cochran.
again, I know I'm a cocky Alabama person,
Oh no, chat room's all behind you on this
but
one.
you don't need this stuff at Alabama, and this is what you've mocked for years and years. You've mocked the storming the field. Would that be next? That's a great question. Would that be next? A whiteout for Georgia. Do you think you need any gimmick at all to make that place more intense that night? If Alabama has made it to that point unbeaten, the roof, if it had one, would blow
this
off
is
the top of the
probably, and I
place.
don't know who runs the SGA. I would say some prodigy that graduated high school at 14 and, molecular biology they're studying, and they know nothing about this, and they're putting this gimmick together. They can't know anything about the history of Alabama football.
They really can't even pull this off on basketball. Like basketball, they give you the white shirt on your seat right there, and it's probably 70% adoption
Well, they
on
only
TV.
they only give you the white shirts if you're down at a certain
Okay,
level.
but I'm saying
basically in Coleman Coliseum where the lights
where the
shine.
lights actually shine, where you can see a
Yeah,
shirt.
You don't get a white shirt in the upper corners.
Well, what's the level of participation though? You go to the games.
Oh, I'd say it's 90%.
90%?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably pretty heavy where the
Yeah.
T-shirts.
But
Yeah.
they've given you the T-shirt at that point.
That's right. I mean, yeah, they're making it very, very easy on you. Like I don't marvel at it, but like when you turn on like Tennessee, when one section's orange, one section's white,
Yeah.
the fact they can get that level of participation and enough people in advance go and see what color I'm supposed to wear really blows me away. I'm like, man, that's a heck of a level of participation.
And I'll be fair right here. I thought it was hokey when Terry Saban and eventually Nick Saban had everyone yell "Roll Tide" after a first down. I didn't like that.
That was their idea?
It was Terry's. Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
when-
I never even knew that.
so
that,
when
was,
Tony-
that was a thing.
That was-
Literally,
yeah.
I swear
Yeah.
to God, I didn't know that. Did you
Yeah.
know
You
that?
didn't know they yell it, or you didn't know
No.
Terry?
Didn't know they yelled
They
it.
do it every first down. Yeah, you hear it on
that's right.
TV.
It's-
Yeah.
you Roll
Yeah.
Tide, right?
Tony Giles
down,
says,
yeah.
first down Alabama, and the crowd says,
Roll
roll
Tide.
Tide.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah.
that's-
Over the
that's-
PA
that's-
system, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
stupid.
Oh, they've been doing that
I
for.
know, and I've been to some of these
2008.
games.
For at least 20 years.
Yeah.
You've
Since
been to the
2000.
game and you didn't notice it?
Since 2008.
Hey, they play. They play.
Do you
Dix-
understand though when people get married, like the preacher's like "Roll Tide"
Yeah.
and the mailman pulls up? It's like that commercial on ESPN.
They-
so you hear it all the time.
They play Dixieland Delight too, and they've got other lyrics for that.
Yeah, I've heard
That
that.
one
too.
you heard, okay.
But I loved on the third down with the Elephants. I hope they never go away when they get on the big screen and they start. It's third down.
Yeah.
And they start making the elephant
Do
sounds.
they do the elephant?
Yeah.
I don't care about that.
Does the crowd react to that?
Oh yeah.
Do they really?
Yeah,
Okay.
third down. Yeah.
Do they not? I thought at one
I
point
like
they were.
that one.
I thought at one point they were doing. Oh, what song is it? It's
Well,
the
do they
AC
still do "I'll Always Be a Winner"? Like, does he still?
I
go
think
on
it
the
plays
scoreboard?
way earlier.
Yeah,
if I'm
Or
not
did
mistaken.
Saban?
way early
Did
now.
Saban?
No,
No,
I think
okay.
he just moved it to
Yeah.
during warm-ups.
Yeah,
It's not right
just the
before
punters are out there.
Yeah, but the specialty is out.
It moved from right before the team ran out
Right.
to
Yeah. Hey, and I,
maybe why people are on the field.
Hey, not only the wins, and look, and that was a correlation between, how energetic the crowds finally got, but the game day ops. I mean, Terry Saban was very, very involved in that. So
No,
And it
that's
needed
right.
updating. There's no
Oh,
doubt
my-
it needed
yeah.
updating.
As I've said, it has never been better in
Yeah.
Alabama. A lot of that had to do
Yeah,
with
so-
the
but I wonder what
Sabans
they would think about this.
and then the people that the Sabans, inspired and the university hired, and there is not a better game operations. There are some equal, but there is no better game ops than what goes on in Tuscaloosa, and they created an unbelievable atmosphere.
Kirk Herbstreit actually said that, and Herbstreit's at every biggest game
Yes.
that is played. He's there.
The
Yeah.
music is spot on. It's timed well. It's edited well. It's loud. It's the right choice of music at the right time. The lights. The game ops is spotless. So you say, Jim, why don't you trust them?
Yeah,
Just
why don't you trust them?
Just let the game ops be the game ops. It's never been
But
better.
this didn't come from them.
Maybe the whiteout. Maybe the whiteout is the next chapter of your long Alabama history, Jim.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. The participation in this will be 10%, maybe.
Well, it was student section only. Well, but now that it's out, maybe other fans. Actually, I think it's been taken down. So I think probably Lance are not going to.
It's still up on the Panhellenic page, which is very much like, so they're wanting Greek life to be involved in this.
Is
Yeah,
Panhellenic
that-
only the sororities, or is
was-
that?
Yes.
Okay.
That was
the
my
most part.
question, Brooks. If the student section is doing this, it's just the student section.
For the most part, I'm not entirely sure. I think, if it was put out by the SGA, the difference, you're talking about Auburn or Tennessee who has done this. That's put out by the official athletics
That's right.
page on social media or the football program or
Yeah.
something.
Where it's a true blue game.
Yeah, or
everybody
they're,
wear orange again.
or they're checkerboarding the stands in Tennessee.
And that's what I was waiting for. Is this are we trying to do 100,000 strong, all wear white to Georgia, or is it just the student section?
well, you know it's never going to happen now if this was the reaction.
Yeah.
Just
Well, and again,
a group of 20-year-olds coming up with
Like,
this idea.
the
Like,
whiteout's
is it-
hokey, but black and white are dealer's choice.
Yeah, dealer's choice.
Black and white. I think are they trying to do the
Houndstooth,
Yeah,
which,
that's what I
by the way, I
Oh,
mean,
Saban
just
loves that.
Yeah, move away from the Houndstooth.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care.
It's not an official color.
No, and it's
No,
generally
it's-
looks tacky.
You're gonna have
It
the whole
is.
stadium look like a checkered flag.
Yeah.
Like when you had the wannabe Dubba girls that wore the houndstooth hats.
Oh, yeah. God, that was early in the Saban era. Remember how they were on every CBS broadcast? They were on all the photos.
And the whole time I was thinking,
What?
I kept thinking,
You could find 10 girls in the parking lot of Floribama that look better than those.
no, but I was thinking,
He was right.
you said they were trying to be like the Dubba Dubba girls, and I was like, the whole nation is watching this. I wish it would look better for Alabama if they were actually the Dubba Dubba girls.
Yes,
Oh,
it would
yeah.
have.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Yeah, you were correct on that.
And I could go, no offense to those young ladies who are now probably middle-aged moms
Yeah, whose husbands watched the show.
who rather watch the show, but
Yeah.
I probably could have gone and passed a couple of houndstooth hats out in the sorority section at the school.
It's hard to replicate the original, you know?
Yeah, the original was very, very well done.
I'll go back to SEC Pretty yesterday, the TikTok I stumbled upon. They have a SEC Pretty for.
Are you following it now? You guys will love this. I got a
good
video
content.
sent
I've
to
got
me
my
today.
hat coming in. If anybody on this show is SEC Pretty, it's me.
I'll let you make your point, but our buddy Brad Jackson sent me a TikTok video today, and I went to play it. I don't have TikTok.
You don't have TikTok?
No.
Have you
Isn't that
lost
crazy?
it? You had it taken
addictive.
away?
I guess it just went away.
Take it away.
I think they're, with the I don't know. But
app,
it's gone.
yeah.
Probably offloaded off your phone.
Yeah,
Probably hadn't opened it.
it'll
somewhere.
load back up very quickly.
For free.
For free. Yeah,
Brown knows it'll load back up.
yeah, I'll help you. I'll help you.
They'll give
I
it to you
don't
for free.
Hey, Lance.
They'll give it to you for free. I just, the student bodies in the SEC have never been more widespread nationwide and more beautiful than they are right now. I just, we can,
Well, let me just say this.
the Tennessee checkerboards,
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I don't like it or hate it. I just think it's amazing that you can get that many people. Yeah, it's 100,000 people that are wearing the right color.
Yeah. I don't
That's
like
crazy to me.
It bothers me, the checkerboard Saturday at Neyland Stadium. It's such a
Did you say the students look as good as they've ever looked?
at Alabama
Yeah.
and places
Oh, I
in the SEC.
Now, it
Disagree.
can't be. We're bringing in too many
Yeah.
Yankees. The Southern
too many Northern.
No offense to your
Yeah.
wife, Brooks. It's
Yeah.
not. It's
Yeah,
not.
yeah,
Yeah.
no,
it's-
yeah.
I thought about that after I
It's-
said it.
Per capita,
Yep.
there's more now.
Yep.
But per capita, it's not even close.
There's one thing you cannot argue, and you can try it if you want, but all you got to do is travel America to see
That's
I'm right.
true. Yeah.
The best looking women in all of the United States are in the Deep South. It is 100%.
But
Now
they're-
that's not to say that. Hang on.
No,
let me
to
let me finish
to
this
the
up.
point though. You're about to make my point.
That's not to say that all the women outside the South are ugly. That is not the case. I'm saying the highest concentration of good looking women
Oh,
are in the
yeah.
Deep South.
Yeah.
100%.
Just like football.
Yeah, just like football. Yeah.
but that's my point. At Alabama and places like it, the 5-star Miss California candidate is coming to Tuscaloosa. The 5-star Miss
Not
North Dakota
typically.
candidate is coming to Tuscaloosa.
Because
Two
Or
the Ole
SEC
Miss.
schools in general.
That's
yes.
right.
How often do you have great looks handcuffed with like a really good student? You don't have that a lot. And, and I think to get in from out of
they're
state,
coming to the SEC. They're not going to the Ivy League. I'm not saying they're
no,
great students.
I get that, but it's much more difficult to get into these schools now.
Yeah.
Not
No,
from
it's
not from
because-
out of state.
Well,
The
then
mo-
that
you
was,
got it's money.
It is money, but still, you've got these thresholds, and
I agree with Jim.
this has come up in the chat. What do you agree with?
I agree that over the last 10 to 15 years, that SEC campuses and other schools similar to the SEC, like a Clemson, a Florida State, the Greek life is so appealing to girls from across the country that you're getting, the cream of the crop of good-looking women coming to these schools here.
it's completely different.
No, well,
It is.
Clay Travis, hour 2, he will agree with Brooks and I.
Well, that's how he started his website.
No, look, I mean, the SEC still got the best looking women out there. There is no doubt. But I'm just saying the student bodies overall, those percentages have gone down because we have been invaded by the North. That's fact.
And that is one of the immediate reactions I got. It's already come up in the chat, and it's one of the immediate reactions I got when somebody texted me this at the end of the show yesterday was, this is what happened when Alabama started. I don't know the word to use. The word that was used in the text was when Alabama started recruiting outside the Deep South for students. But I think what really happened was, and this is a credit to Nick Saban, Alabama became insanely popular. And then, all right, this is going to be my potentially uneducated view of how Alabama has grown. So you guys tell me if you think I'm crazy here. Alabama hires Nick Saban, and the student population at that time is probably what?
16,000.
16,000? Brooks, were
maybe
you there?
19.
What year did you go, Brooks?
2011 to 2015.
What was the student population in 2011, would you guess?
28,000 students. It was up to 35,000 by the time I graduated.
So
when I graduated, it was 16,000. Now, that was 95, so it was a long time ago.
So let's say when Saban got there, it was 20. That's probably a fair number when it was 20. All right. And I think it's 40.
And they've capped it. It's actually gone down for the first time.
But what did it hit? What was the height? 42?
It's about 40 undergrad.
Yeah, it did get too big.
Yeah, it definitely got too big. I mean, they outgrew Tuscaloosa, basically. So when Nick Saban gets there, the student population somewhere around 20,000. Alabama starts winning football games. And this happens. It happened to Butler in basketball. They start winning football games. It looks like a fun place to be. You know, your dad's watching football. You're a teenage girl looking for a school. You walk by and you're like, that looks like a party.
Even to make it more universal, when we did our Jurassic Park yesterday, I brought up the fact that much like Top Gun, how they recruited for the Naval Academy.
Yeah, exactly.
Paleontologist went through the roof.
Okay.
It's crazy. I mean, one of my fraternity brother's sons studies at Montana State. It's crazy.
So Alabama is on TV all the time, and their dads are watching it, and they're like, man, that looks like a fun place to be. So they go there, and then the sorority life explodes about the same time social media explodes like TikTok, and Bama Rush becomes massive on social media. So then that many more females want to come there. Well, the more females that come there, the more males are going to follow, right? I mean, that's a life lesson.
Deer hunting 101.
That's deer hunting 101. So now all of a sudden you've exploded, but you've exploded from outside the borders. And the person that texted me this yesterday basically summed that up in a much shorter version than I just said, and is like, that's the problem. The kids that are making the decisions on stuff like this don't know the history of Alabama football.
Here's the biggest concern.
But I agree with all that.
Here's the biggest concern.
Very well thought out.
Is that this was the kind of stuff Alabama did between Bear Bryant and Nick Saban. The houndstooth collar.
The houndstooth collar was a terrible idea.
Bringing back white helmets, all these little things.
Hokiness, we call it.
All these little things that you didn't do when Bear Bryant was winning in the 70s. He won in the 60s. I know the white helmets was his idea and all that. But when Alabama started to bring it back, they were bringing it back, trying to recapture what was going on under Bear Bryant. And you lost in the wilderness the times, other than 1992, lost in the wilderness for most of Alabama football by Alabama standards until Nick Saban came in. And he's like, cut out all the talking, all this crap. We're going to do this, 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 and this. And he was the man in charge of everything. His fingerprints was on everything.
That's right.
And my fear would be without his thumb on everything going on over there, that this is the kind of stuff that starts creeping back in.
Yeah, there's a look. Scott's showing you the houndstooth collar. I don't know why Alabama ever did that. I mean,
because they did not have.
They didn't have a true north.
I won't say a tyrant, but they didn't have a person that was in charge of everything that would have said no.
I would love to have seen that one pitched to Nick Saban.
Yeah,
I
think
when they did the houndstooth on the numbers.
Here's the sad thing.
Never mind.
The guy that's in the crosshairs right now is Kalen DeBoer, coming off 11 wins. But he has nothing to do with this. If PJ Fleck would love this if he was Alabama's coach.
That's right.
He would embrace something like Jed Fish would embrace and love something like this.
You know who else would love this if they end up doing this?
Eli Drinkwitz.
You know who else is going to love this if they end up doing this? And mark it down right now. Kirby Smart will eat this with two spoons out of a bowl if Alabama promotes a whiteout.
It'll never happen.
He will tell his players, when I was there, they never had to do anything like that.
That's right. In fact, we made fun of us for doing it.
And we made fun of Georgia for trying to black out. and they're going at Alabama, do a whiteout because we're such a big deal coming to their town. He will eat that with 2 spoons, a bowl with a cherry on top.
It's already been snuffed out.
I mean, you would think.
Inverness Country Club, where you can get the great view of the beautiful women, whether it's on the golf course, the pickleball course, swimming,
it's not
the
that
swimming hole.
It's not that it's untrue, but that's not exactly how I'm going to pitch the product.
Okay.
Here. If you want to go see good-looking women.
You're playing today, right?
I am, but not at Inverness. Course closed right now. It's maintenance week there at Inverness.
Okay.
So,
Is it maintenance week
it
again?
is maintenance week already.
Wow.
Not again.
That time of year.
Already.
It's that time of year.
By the way, I dropped my putter grip off yesterday.
All right.
Getting days closer to playing around the golf.
That's right. Lance got a putter grip if you can guess what's on that putter grip. Inverness Country Club, ICCalabama.com. That is the website to go to find out more about Inverness Country Club. If you want to set up a tour to see the beautiful people of Inverness, the men look good there too, Jim. I'm one of them. 205-991-8608, 205-991-8608. That is the number where you can call our friend Erin Hilliard and tell her you would love a tour of Inverness. You're going to see a beautiful golf course, that great clubhouse with the wonderful food. You're going to see that tennis facility, newly renovated. It's world-class, one of a kind. You're going to see all that right there at Inverness Country Club, ICCalabama.com, ICCalabama.com. The best days happen at Inverness Country Club.
Big Ten Media Days has started, and I think our boy Fitzy will join us tomorrow from Big Ten Media Days.
Yep, he's out there.
He'll be on the show tomorrow. It has to be Indiana that wins this league again this year. And here's my philosophy on this. Michigan and Penn State, entirely new coaching staffs. Ohio State, new offensive coordinator, right? How big was Hartline?
Yeah, Hartline was big, yeah.
Oregon, we haven't talked enough about this. Both their coordinators are gone, and both to power conference jobs, their first head coaching jobs at Cal and Kentucky. The only continuity in that league of the contenders is Indy freaking Anna.
Which is remarkable that he has kept this staff together over 2 years with
that success.
With success in Indiana that no one ever dreamt was possible. And nobody has hired either one of his coordinators.
You know how it works. What's interesting about it really is they've gone the other route. They've gone the James Madison route with Bob Chesney.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't gone to the coordinators yet under Sig. I think if they had the success they've had the last couple of years, even close to it, double-digit wins back to a college football playoff, these guys will get jobs.
Yeah, but
it
has to be a concern at Oregon. It has to be a concern.
I think it is, but the way I look at Oregon and the way that Dan Lanning has really rebuilt this to a power, they've done everything Nick Saban like except win a national championship. We were used to Nick Saban. He had continuity for a while, but, and Kirby Smart was a big part of that, staying on for so long. But once Kirby left, you had a lot of turnover. And I think you're going to get that more and more at Oregon now.
Yeah.
I mean, Will Stein, that's a big loss.
It is. I mean, it is a big loss because everybody is saying Will Stein's going to kill it at Kentucky.
Yeah.
Like, that is almost universal. I'm sure there are people out there that are saying, this may not be the best hire. But, boy, I tell you, you bring up Will Stein, you do it. We sent a video out about Will Stein or about Kentucky or ranking Will Stein 15 among 16 head coaches in the SEC. We hear about it. I mean, Will Stein is like the darling of all these new hires, more so than Golish or Summerall in some cases. So it's hard to say that he's that good an offensive mind and Oregon's going to be just fine without him. Like, I mean, that's kind of hard to say, isn't it?
And you don't worry about Lapoy in the defense because why?
Dan Lanning's a defensive guy.
And I ask you that about Ohio State now. How good was Hartline? Great recruiter. I would assume a great play caller, but we just assume Ryan Day can do that or influence whoever is there, right?
And I think it helps that you've got a guy that has been in that system in Julian Sayin for years now, and you saw how productive he was last year. And then you look at the skill around him. Not only do you have the best maybe player in college football in Jeremiah Smith, but you've got a Chris Henry Jr. coming in. You've got a Bo Jackson coming back for that sophomore year in the backfield. I mean, you've just got a lot of weapons there with that Ryan Day offense. They won't miss a beat.
What is the odds of Indiana? I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say real quick, one thing about Ohio State is we just saw them do it too. Like, Chip Kelly was the offensive coordinator, and then Hartline takes over. The offense improved under him, did it not? Over Chip Kelly? From
yes.
Chip Kelly to Hartline. So the offense improved. So you just saw them do it. That's why I think a lot of people look at that and say, now you've gone and hired, say what you want about Arthur Smith, NFL head coach. That wasn't great for the Falcons, but Arthur Smith, offensive coordinator. At Pittsburgh, not great. At Tennessee, people raved about the guy.
Indiana's plus 140.
to repeat as the national champions,
to win the Big Ten.
to win the Big Ten.
Yeah.
That puts them in the playoffs. Obviously, give me an odds on winning the national championship, of going back to back.
Right now Indiana's plus 260. So they're right in front of Oregon. Ohio State's your favorite at plus 190.
Okay.
It goes Ohio State, Indiana, Oregon, USC, Michigan, Penn State, Washington.
To win the Big Ten.
I mean, pretty much the
Can
way
you
the
give me
Big Ten
national
did.
championship odds?
Yep.
Because I'd love to hear that. Because back-to-back has happened somewhat frequently, but not a lot, relatively speaking, in college football history. And Indiana's trying to be the next team to go back-to-back.
I mean, I'm not going to doubt this guy, but man, if Sig, because we said it yesterday, like moving forward, I don't think there's any active coach starting right now with the 2026 season that can ever win 3 national championships with all of the parity. If Sig was to win back-to-back at Indiana, I don't even know what to say. Yeah, I got him here. So
Okay,
just let me know
where's
what you
Indiana?
want. Indiana is plus 950. So there are 5 teams with shorter odds in front of them.
Okay, so 6 best odds to go back-to-back.
Just real quick, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Oregon, Georgia, Texas, the only teams in front of them.
Only 9 programs recognized 9 programs have gone back-to-back. Some others may claim it, but 9 are recognized back-to-back programs. Texas and Army did it once.
Long time ago.
Minnesota, Notre Dame, Georgia, Oklahoma, Nebraska did it twice. I put USC as a twice going back-to-back.
Yeah.
And Alabama did it 4 times. Back-to-back.
What did you say, Georgia?
Yeah.
I did say
Okay,
Georgia,
okay.
yeah. Georgia's the most recent to go
Yeah.
back-to-back. But Alabama has done it 4 times.
If you
Once in the 20s, once in the 60s, once in the 70s, and once in Saban's.
start at post World War II, do you have the years? I would say
I
just
don't.
wherever Army was, go from there because they haven't done it since World War II.
Okay. Since then, you're going to have Notre Dame, USC, Georgia, Oklahoma, Nebraska, Texas, and Alabama.
The only program that you could argue is not a historic college blue blood out of that group is Georgia. And I don't know where you guys would fall on Georgia being a historic college football blue blood.
At
Yeah,
this point, I the last
consider them
25
one
years,
now.
I would kick Nebraska out.
Yeah,
and
but
put
that's
Georgia
not what
in.
I'm talking about. I'm talking about a historic blue blood, and Nebraska is that.
Okay, but how far do we have to go back? Like we need to draw a line here.
Yeah,
Well-
no, I mean, no. What when people talk historic blue bloods, Brown,
Nebraska is
I
definitely
think
that.
what we forget to do is we don't count the most recent history when we're talking historic blue bloods. You know,
I think
Yeah.
it should be.
I
I think it should be 50 years.
You got to put the 26 years we've done since
Okay.
2000
Yeah.
into the history blender
Yeah.
to get the historic blue bloods.
But I would put Nebraska in there. I would
Nebraska's
put 50
in there.
years.
Yeah,
But
okay.
I would put Georgia
But if,
in there.
if 25 years from now Nebraska has not won another one, maybe we can kick them out. We do it to Army. I mean, to be fair, Army
yeah.
was a blue blood
That's right.
in the day. Now, that's a different
Yeah.
reason they're not
Nebraska's
winning the
still close
championships.
enough.
Yeah, Nebraska's still close enough. But I'm
1990s.
getting to a point.
Yeah.
And my point is, we live in a different world of college football. It's used to you had to be at a historic blue blood to do that. Like, I firmly believe you can do it at a lot of schools now
Well-
with the commitment that Indiana has.
Oregon,
You could.
Indiana, Texas Tech,
Yep, you could.
Ole Miss, right?
Yeah, I feel like we're stretching, but I mean, with the level of commitment that Indiana has, that's the key to this discussion, Lance.
Yeah.
Indiana has gone all in on this thing.
A&M,
Yeah.
You could.
Hey, speaking of commitment,
SMU.
Wow.
which Big Ten, their big brand, which Big Ten brand has had financial problems and a lack of commitment for football?
Oh, no, they're not a brand.
Yeah.
UCLA.
UCLA announced yesterday Bob Chesney, in his short time there, has got UCLA boosters to donate an unprecedented for their program $41 million to football for their NIL.
I don't believe it.
Yep,
I mean, I
$41
believe it
million.
when I see it.
Is that
There's been no commitment to that program since I can't even remember the last time. I mean, that's more of the knock. Like,
Yep.
I mean, everybody knows the problems they've had financially.
But 41 million, the problem is, and this is the sustainability problem in this model, 41 million gets you one good year, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Is that a one-time $41 million and we're going to spend that? Or is that like they're going to give me 41 every year? Because you're going to need 41 every year if you're going to want to win big. Maybe not 41. Maybe you could do it for 25 or 30. I don't know if Chesney's an outstanding coach.
They've received $41 million in private philanthropic support for this past fiscal year, led by Bob Chesney. 6,500 donors contributed to that, an 80.6% increase from whoever was coaching there before Chesney.
You wonder if a guy like Rick Neuheisel got a call because he had no support behind him.
I know, really.
But he loves that program so much.
Yeah, his son won a game there as the head coach.
In fact, alum Angelo Mazzoni III endowed $10 million a year just for the head football coach position.
So he's covering his salary.
Yeah, basically that guy's just covering Chesney's salary.
Let's see what Angelo does for a living.
You almost want him to call a play.
Mazzoni Hospitality LLC, if it's the same guy.
Yeah. So I just thought it's interesting that UCLA is getting into the financial football game now. We'll see if that can turn around the attendance at the Rose Bowl. Remember, they're trying to get out of the Rose Bowl and play at SoFi, which would be good for the brand, I think, for UCLA.
Yeah, at this point. I mean, it's kind of sad that you've got to get a re-jump like that. You've got to leave such an iconic stadium to go to the newness of SoFi and people that want to check that out.
Yeah, interesting. All right, so that's a little college football, both the color game in Tuscaloosa and the money game at UCLA and Big Ten Media Days squeezed in the middle. Our 40 and 40 countdown continues. Another positive sign on Alabama recruiting and the biggest jersey patch agreement to date. All that still to come on the show. Brought to you today in part by our friends at HooverToyota.com.
Yeah, if you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, SUV, or truck, our friends at Hoover Toyota, they have got you covered. They've got an incredible inventory conveniently located Highway 150. Get in, see Scott Peoples, Harold, Kim, all the great folks there. On-site finance department, the parts and service department as well. All so good. They're going to make sure they're going to roll the red carpet out for you. They've got that red carpet program where they want to retain you as a customer for life. They've been doing it for more than 2 decades, not only in Birmingham, but Alabaster and Vestavia as well. For more information, to check out the inventory in the on-site finance department, go online, HooverToyota.com.
And our buddy Greg from Pell City, he and his wife Andrea, and the wonderful folks at Storm Restoration Roofing, stormrestorationroofing.com, or call Greg on his cell number, 205-542-3531, 542-3531. Let's say you're looking at a new house, or you just bought a new house, and you really don't know what's going on up on the roof. You want Greg, somebody you trust, to get up there. He'll do that, a free no-cost roof inspection. If you're about to sell your home, he'll do the free no-cost roof inspection for you to tell you if you've got any issues up there before you put it on the market. But just if you're, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years into owning a home, Greg will get up there and let you know what the latest storm has done to your roof. One loose shingle can cause a major problem, so get that roof inspected for free today from Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing, 205-542-3531, A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. He does the storm damage repairs, the best at the business. Call him when a storm happens to you. And he's great with the insurance providers. And boy, I don't know about you, but I hate dealing with them. So he is a guy that can help you deal with them or deal with them for you. He's that kind of guy. Storm damage repairs, roof replacement, and so much more. StormRestorationRoofing.com.
The insurance company called. They offered you a settlement. Sounds good, right? Wrong. They're counting on you not knowing what your case is really worth. They're betting you take pennies on the dollar because you're scared and overwhelmed. Don't fall for it. Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys has recovered over $2 billion for going to war with insurance companies that try this every single day. Call 659-777-7777 or alexwins.law. Free consultation. You pay nothing unless they win.
Physical office location, Birmingham.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
At Central State Bank, We are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Never miss anything from the next round when you listen on demand through the podcast platform of your choice, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcast, wherever you listen. Always like, follow, subscribe, turn on automatic download so you can catch every part of the next round. Listen anywhere in the world, anytime on the Next Round podcast feed, and support the show by following, subscribing, and turning on automatic downloads on any podcast platform. Listen anywhere in the world, anytime on the Next Round podcast feed. Thanks for always making the next round a big part of your day. Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the next round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the next round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing
roofing
problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090. Hey, Lance Taylor from the next round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
Back at SEC Media Days, quarterback Kamario Taylor of Mississippi State got asked about the pressure that comes with being the highest-rated quarterback recruit, and he is the highest-rated quarterback recruit in Mississippi State history.
You're the highest-rated quarterback recruit in Mississippi State history. What does that title mean to you, and how do you plan on living up to that this season?
It means a lot to me, honestly. We have had a great amount of quarterbacks to come through the program, so it's a blessing. It's an honor, for me to be highly ranked like that, and it motivates me to show the people why Mississippi State chose me and why I chose Mississippi State. My whole life, pressure has always been a part of it, so it's nothing new. But I was always taught that pressure is a privilege. If you receive the type of pressure of a starting quarterback, that means you deserve the title, you've earned it, so you just gotta go live up to it.
I want to use that as just to say that I hate ESPN and ABC for stealing this game, the Egg Bowl, away from Thanksgiving night for us. How this ended up, whoever made that choice, whether it was ABC, ESPN saying we don't want to go against the NFL, or if it was the SEC saying we don't want to go against the NFL, that game, I don't care if it gets beat in the ratings. I want to watch college football. And I wanted that Egg Bowl game to stay on Thanksgiving night. I don't care if it's 3-8 Mississippi State against a playoff contending Ole Miss. Think of the quarterback matchup, if they're both healthy, that we would get this Thanksgiving night on Thanksgiving night with Kamario Taylor and Trinidad Chambliss. Yeah, how fun would that be?
I think the problem is the brands are small. Like in the SEC, I think we love that. I think we love the intensity of the rivalry. But look, the Big Ten's kind of taking over college football, and I think there's other fan bases that don't care anything about this game.
And that's fine. But if we can't beat the NFL in television ratings anyway nationally, give me something that's regionally significant to where I can get a blip of television ratings for my product. And I want to watch that game on Thanksgiving night. I think it sucks that the Egg Bowl is going to be 11 a.m. on Black Friday. That the great folks in Mississippi, their rivalry games, basically the JP game on Black Friday.
It was buried last year because we had it at 11 o'clock. Remember?
Yeah. We were watching it in Auburn. Yeah.
Yep. So
I do think, though, to your point with Kamario Taylor, though, I think Jeff Lebby's got his guy. Like, they used him a lot, running the football last year. He didn't throw it a ton, but you saw him bring him in against Ole Miss, and I think he believes he's going to be the guy. Now, if that equates to wins or not, I don't know. But I think if you put this guy on a loaded roster, I think he would perform at the highest of levels. I think he's got that much potential.
Yeah, for those that heard that soundbite and are wondering, I'll just put it in context for you. Dak Prescott, who, for my money, and I would rely on guys like Matt Wyatt to answer this question. For my money, the best player in Mississippi State history is Dak Prescott.
Yeah, I think Jeffrey Simmons is there.
Jeffrey Simmons is fantastic.
But
Smoot.
Fred Smoot.
Eric Moulds.
I mean, there were some great ones, but when you've got a quarterback.
But I would go Dak Prescott would be the best.
I mean, they played a game in Bryant-Denny Stadium as the number one team in the nation as I remember it. So, I mean,
you know what's crazy?
Try telling me that Dak Prescott was the best player when he's got a team number one.
Well, just because you were talking about, the old school brands, or what did you say? The Blue Bloods?
The Blue Bloods, yeah.
I think currently when you start to look around, like Georgia, the best player in their history is active right now in the NFL, and Matthew Stafford, right?
Okay.
I mean, Herschel Walker.
Walker's pretty dang good.
Was the best. Not at the NFL level.
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, you're talking about full career.
Yeah, I'm talking about
gotcha,
full career.
Okay, yeah.
LSU, the best to ever do it, Joe Burrow,
full career, yes.
Texas A&M, the best to ever do it, Myles Garrett, full career, no doubt.
Oh, that's interesting. I see what you're saying there. So Dak is that for state. Yes, I would agree.
I'm just wondering how many SEC teams right now have their best to ever do it active? Because I think Dak Prescott for Mississippi State.
But he was a 3-star.
Yeah.
He was a 3-star. He was the 19th ranked dual quarterback.
I get it, but not only what he did in Starkville, because he had him at number one, and then what he's done here.
22nd best player in Louisiana. So this guy right here, this Kamario Taylor guy we just heard, higher rated than the best player you've ever had at Mississippi State. Now, can he play to that level? I have no idea.
I'll bring this topic back tomorrow after we do a little bit more research on it, because that's one of those that I'd love to actually sit down and instead of trying to do it randomly off the top of our head, because Joe Burrow seems like a great suggestion. It's hard for me to believe that LSU hasn't had somebody better, but
I don't think so. Yeah. And I'm almost positive. I would make an argument Derrick Henry, the combination of careers.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's worth a discussion. I'd love to check that out. Lance'sLock.com, NFL preseason football 9 days away, 16 to a full exhibition weekend coming up in the NFL. Lance'sLock.com continuing to roll with Major League Baseball, where last night Ronald Acuna was back for the Braves. Unfortunately, the Mets finally showed up. 14-3 Mets win it last night.
Yeah, we killed our week last night.
Oh no!
Yeah,
like killed it good or killed it bad?
Killed it bad.
It's Monday. We've got a full week to recover.
But we go. The cycle is Tuesday through Monday because you keep it there for Monday Night Football. It's just kind of the way the week has always gone. But from Tuesday to Monday, we were 15-12 going into last night. 0-4 last night. Disaster.
All Major League Baseball.
All Major League Baseball. We bounced back with Major League Baseball winners today. You know, we're going to turn it right around and do a 180 there at Lance'sLock.com. There's free play every single day. It is always brought to you by our friends at Hemp Hill Services. Trust the name. Birmingham has trusted since 1954. Whether you experience plumbing, heating, cooling issues, home or business, they are ready to serve you. Call Adam, Chad, and Andrew, the guys there. Hard to stop a train. Tell them the next round sent you. 205-229-2090 or hemphillservices.com.
And our guy, Alexander Shunnarah, trial attorneys. When you find yourself in need of an attorney for any reason, you go to Shunnarah.com. Shunnarah.com. Alexander Shunnarah, trial attorneys. They are the ones that we refer you to, whether it's personal injury, which you know he does well there, but it's also fire and storm damage, bad drug device claims, workers' compensation, employment. The list goes on and on and on with our guy, Alexander Shunnarah, and he's recovered more than $2 billion for his clients, so you know he knows what he's doing. Alexander Shunnarah, trial attorneys. You don't pay a dime unless they win your case. Shunnarah.com, Shunnarah.com. When you brought up Lance's Lock, Brady says, LT, am I crazy for taking the over on Florida? I think they'll go 9-3. I don't know what Florida's total is.
Florida's an enigma to me because
6.5.
Yeah, I think it's 6.5. It might even be 7.5.
I think it's 7.5.
7.5. So but at 9-3 though, he's over either way.
Yeah, I would play Florida's over. I don't feel as good about it because I think there's so many unknowns, and especially when you start at the quarterback position.
Florida's 7.5.
Yeah, that's exactly what you get Oklahoma. I would pivot, and I feel better. I know what I get from Oklahoma, especially in first year with John Summerall.
You get Ole Miss, Oklahoma, Tennessee, and Florida all at
7.5. Bray, if you will remember to hit the chat again. I think Furman's back with us. His summer vacation's over. I think he's back with us Friday. I'll confirm that. But if you'll hit it before Furman, I'll let him weigh in on it too.
Baker Mayfield, Oklahoma's best ever. You laugh. I mean, what I'm talking about. From winning a Heisman Trophy to what he's done in the NFL. I got to think on that one.
Oklahoma's had a lot of good players.
Well, we'll do a whole segment on it tomorrow. Yeah. I will do. I hope you guys will do a little on it.
No. I'll think of every school. Some of them are tough.
Yeah, it's again. I'm going to think Oklahoma's got somebody better than Baker, but that's where I was going with where Tampa Bay is right now. Headline I wake up to this morning: Bad Vibe Bucks.
Oh no,
is the headline because Vita Vea wants a trade because you can't get a long-term deal yet, or they're trying to get him one. Baker Mayfield doesn't have a long-term deal yet, though I'm being told that he would be okay playing with a franchise tag next year when this $30 million contract is over. He would play next year at like $49.5 million, which probably isn't a bad decision for the Buccaneers if they don't get the long-term deal. Those two big-time players, Mike Evans is out. He's out west now. They've got the toughest or one of the toughest strengths of schedule. And Todd Bowles is one of the favorites to be the first fired coach in the NFL right now in Vegas. One of the betting favorites to be one of the first coaches fired. All that not setting up pretty good. But am I wrong as a Bucs fan to think that Vita Vea's best days are behind him? And he had 4.5 sacks, 7 tackles for a loss. Most of his stat is just clogging the middle, forcing you to run around him.
Well, I know there's a landing spot for him, especially if 99 doesn't come back.
Yeah.
Oh, so you think the Rams would be happy to have Vita Vea?
Oh, yeah. I think.
What would you give us?
And show trade here.
We don't have a lot to give.
It's not going to be draft picks.
But I mean, first-round picks.
His best days probably behind him. I feel better about Vita Vea going forward at least the next couple of years than I do Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
I think Baker Mayfield, you start to see all the decline last year, and I think that continues.
Yeah, Tampa Bay lost 7 of 9 down the stretch to end up their record they did.
I hate to tell you, but you are where I was last year as a Dolphins fan. You've got an aging quarterback, or mine wasn't really aging. Mine was just broke down. And yours is
Baker was
aging.
He played through all of his pain.
Yeah, but he's aging.
He had a lot of injuries last year.
How old? I mean, how many years in the league is he now?
He's 32.
Yeah. A lot of injuries. I mean, Tua was breaking down. You could see it coming. And
then
the
big part of what he does, he runs the football.
Right.
He escapes the pocket.
And Tua, the big part of what he does, got hurt. And by the end of the year, the Dolphins basically said, "We're done with the guy. We're gonna play Quinn Ewers and move on from there." And that's where I feel like, Jim, that's where you are. And it's a painful place to be, because think of me as a Dolphins fan. I'm going into this year knowing we'll do good to win 2 or 3 games, knowing we will.
Just watching Baker against the Rams on that Sunday night, that was kind of, physically what they did to him. And the rest of the year, he wasn't the same. He couldn't even finish a game. Do you guys remember that Bridgewater came in?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's why, Green Bay fans have had it so good. They have never been in the situation, Jim, that you and I are in, where you've got an aging quarterback and there's no obvious future, right? Green Bay, as Brett Favre started to age, that Aaron Rodgers guy was standing right there on the sidelines. You had an obvious future. You knew where you were going. In fact, there were a lot of people that wanted it to accelerate. They wanted Brett Favre to be out of the way so you could get to Aaron Rodgers. And then as he began to age, say what you want about Love. I don't know what he's going to end up being, but you at least knew where you were going.
Yeah, and he's good.
He's good.
He's really good.
Real quickly, Adrian Peterson, everyone is telling me.
From
Oklahoma.
Okay.
More than
again, that was just on the fly.
Yeah. So we'll put our brains to that's a great topic for tomorrow on the show. Clay at the top of the hour. Before we get to the viewing menu, I didn't get to it yesterday. I had it written down. And now listen, the Patriots have the Patriots, the PAWTRIOTS, where they shelter and raise awareness for rescue dogs and everything.
Okay.
But did you see Mike Vrabel bring one to the news conference over the weekend? And
I
everyone
did.
instantly is like, listen, dude, you bringing a comfort dog to your news conferences or keeping him around the facility is not going to keep people from forgetting what happened.
Yeah.
But do you feel like that was a PR ploy by Vrabel, or was he just doing what the ownership group wants to do with the Patriots?
No, I'm with Lance.
Yeah, PR.
Makes you look a little more, I don't know the word I'm looking for. The
Sympathetic.
It
humanizes you.
humanizes a little bit more. The reaction I saw on social media was, don't tell me Mike Vrabel's going to try to Kirk Herbstreit this thing up and drag that dog everywhere he goes.
Yeah, there's the picture.
Yeah.
It's a cute dog.
Yeah.
What kind of dog is that?
4-month-old German
That's a
Shepherd.
mutt. Oh, is that a German Shepherd?
German Shepherd.
Oh,
Yes.
it's got some shepherd.
It's got some shepherd in it. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm still surprised to this point. Both sides are still married.
They are, and I never thought he was going to lose his job over that. I
No.
thought that was such a silly discussion that he was going to lose his job over that.
Shouldn't have lost his job over that.
No. And I thought that was a very silly discussion.
Yeah. Even folks like Yahoo accuse this of being a strategic distraction
PR
of the
ploy.
news conference as they tried to get away from, as the camp opens up to get away from that issue. We'll talk to Clay about everything we want to talk to Clay about coming up in about 10 minutes. The viewing menu today brought to you by Michelson Laser Vision. Tell us about Michelson.
If you are procrastinating, if you've been thinking about making the phone call because you wear glasses or contacts, now is the time to do it. 205-969-8100 when you make that call, the call that I made way back in 2003. Ask for Amy. She's going to hook you up with a hassle-free consultation. You got nothing to lose to find out if LASIK is right for you. Dr. Mort Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, best in the business, 205-969-8100. For more information, you can always go online, michelsonlaservision.com.
Alrighty, so before I talk about what I'm watching today and what's out, yesterday, Lance Brown and I recorded a Next Reel Director's commentary to Jurassic Park. It's Brown's first time seeing Jurassic Park. We'll hold off on your thoughts until people are able to see the video. Currently working through that now, planning on having it out this week. So until then, you can go over to the Next Reel and check out Lance and I talk about the Odyssey as well as the top 5 movies we've seen in the summer throughout our lives.
I will just say people on social or people in the chat were like, I can't wait to hear Brown fake hate on Jurassic Park to make a point. That's not what you're going to hear. I'm not going to fake hate on it. I think you both talked to me after I watched it. I don't know why people think I'd fake hate on it.
Yeah, I never thought you would fake hate on it. Yeah. I hate the fact that you didn't see it in 1993 because as good as it is now,
probably was better
not
then.
Nearly as good as it was in 1993 when we were first introduced to some CGI.
I could see that as watching it. I was like, this would have been way better in the theater in 93. There's no doubt.
Yeah, it definitely would have, but you still got to see a good movie.
I did.
Your thoughts on the movie were funny when I was going through the footage, I have to say.
Oh, my review at the end or okay.
The review at the end.
So I watched a movie called The Big Heat last night, 1953, Fritz Lang. I know you've heard of the director.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely fantastic with a young Lee Marvin. So I'm really in a good space for getting some of these older movies because a lot of this new stuff is just garbage. But then I did start some garbage, A Toxic Love Story, this new documentary on Netflix. Have you seen it, Forrester?
I did.
I hadn't finished
that
it.
one out.
I only got about halfway through. It was so insane, like a next level of insane. I don't know where Netflix finds these people.
Yeah, that's all I watch anymore, pretty much, is documentaries like that.
So the first half, it just got to the point, and I kind of knew it was going there. When they make the revelation, does it stick? And I mean, is it good throughout?
I mean, it's interesting.
Okay,
I'll give it that.
That's wild.
Oops, my viewing menu disappeared.
Oh, no.
While you're doing that, though, at Comic-Con in San Diego this past weekend, they promoted 2 new people for 2 new movies coming out. Ryan Gosling got tabbed as Ghost Rider.
Yes.
Which is part of the Marvel comic series. And Johnny Depp showed up full character dressed as Ebenezer. He has Ebenezer, the Christmas Carol coming out over the
I
holidays.
saw a trailer on that.
Assume Tim Burton's directing.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a scary
I don't
version.
believe so.
Yeah, I don't think it's Tim Burton, but
I can't remember who it is.
I mean, that movie has been adapted so many different ways.
Yeah, but this is a dark, dark.
FX did a dark.
It looks
one.
like it focuses more on him than it does on Bob
story?
Cratchit or Tiny Tim or whatever.
Yeah.
That it's more from his angle. It's the way it looked when I saw it. Yeah.
It's actually called Ebenezer.
It's called Ebenezer, so
yeah,
you would assume so. Yeah.
Yep. The little blurb for the movie is a man's supernatural journey to face his past, present, and future and fight for a second chance. Oh, and it's directed by Ty West, who is a horror director who did X, Maxine, and Pearl, which I assume only Lance is vaguely familiar with.
I've never even heard of them.
You could have those sounded like the 3 golf courses down at the Beau Rivage in Biloxi to me.
I'm actually surprised
what were the
you
3
haven't
again?
seen Maxine because I haven't seen it. But isn't there like a what's the backdrop? It's
So basically, this is a trilogy that's kind of Texas Chainsaw-esque. X is the first one, and it basically beat for beat follows Texas Chainsaw a little bit, and then except it's a group of porn stars. They're on a porn shoot, and this all happens.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still a chainsaw that does the damage?
Yeah, there's some chainsaws. There's pitchforks and all sorts of farm equipment involved.
Wow.
And
It's gonna be a hard pass for me. Yeah, alligators.
Yeah, they've got alligators.
Realistic, at least.
Yeah, so that's going to be a very different take on A Christmas Carol. But today on Premium Video on Demand, if anyone's looking to rent a movie today, it is John Travolta's new movie, The Gentleman Thief. A retired master thief must protect his impulsive brother from disaster when a $100 million yacht heist spirals into a dangerous web of deception. Old foes emerge as the stakes rise, forcing him to use every trick he knows to stay alive. It looks silly, but it looks pretty fun if you just wanted to watch like a John Travolta action movie for some reason. Netflix has added Memento to its category, so if The Odyssey's got you in a Christopher Nolan kick, you can go back to Memento.
It's great. It is one of the most confusing movies ever, though.
Yes.
So good luck with it. But it's
I need to rewatch it, and then
so
maybe
unique.
I'll halfway understand the movie. And then I will be continuing my Spider-Man rewatch with, I fell asleep in the middle of Spider-Man Homecoming last night, so I've got to go back and finish that up, and then I'll move on to Spider-Man Far From Home, both starring Tom Holland. And that's all I got.
That's what Tyler is watching. Don't forget, the new Next Reels is out likely tomorrow, Tyler?
Hopefully. It's a lot of footage to go through.
All right, so he's banging that out, the watch party of Jurassic Park, and you get Brown's comments throughout that as well. The Next Reel's available on our platform, same place you get the OG Kickoff, and of course, The Last Call with Mick and Jake. When we come back, Clay Travis joins the show, being brought to you by our friends at New York Butcher Shop.
The New York Butcher Shop, great place to stop in to pick up the steaks, the ribs, the chicken, the pork, all the fresh meats, great staff of butchers, the outsides, made fresh every single day. And don't forget about the deli sandwiches available for lunch or dinner. Great selection of fine wines and desserts as well. 2 locations, the original Cabo Heights, Highway 119 in Greystone. Rare quality, well-done service. It is the New York Butcher Shop.
Take the next round anywhere you go with official Next Round gear. Buy yours today at nextround.store.
Facing time for a crime, huh? Got a list of charges looming over your head? 5-0 got your back up against the wall. Them alphabet boys trying to sit you down on that rack. Well, have no fear. The People's Defender is here. Attorney J.B. Brown, powered by Alexander Shannara Trial Attorney. He meticulously investigates every case and challenges evidence. Dedicated to protecting the rights and futures of individuals facing criminal charges. Hit him up now at thepeoplesdefender.com. Thepeoplesdefender.com.
Physical office location, Birmingham.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Next Round shirts, Next Round hoodies, and Next Round hats are all in one place. NextRound.store. Find your favorite piece of gear from your favorite show and put it in your rotation. You never know. You might be in one of our videos showing Next Round gear being worn all over the world. Find all your favorite Next Round gear by visiting NextRound.store. Place an order for you and that big Next Round fan in your life at NextRound.store. Look your best at work, at school, at the stadium, or anywhere you go wearing Next Round gear from NextRound.store.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit UrologyCentersAlabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists
if you're
today.
battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from The Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. The Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Clay Travis with us momentarily as we go to hour number 2. Now, this is the kind of patch deal I've been expecting, and hopefully the kind of patch deal you'll get if Alabama ever goes to a sponsorship patch.
There's something interesting about this one, though, that you probably have not noticed.
Ohio State gets the J.P. Morgan Chase patch, $15 million per year, all 36 sports. It was put together by Learfield, the same people that help run Alabama. It's the most lucrative patch deal to date, and they have a great working relationship with Ohio State, where just in recent years they put 1,700 Ohio State students to work inside the J.P. Morgan Chase company there in the state of Ohio. So it's a big deal, and $15 million per year to be on the jersey patch. Now, that's the kind of money we're talking about.
Yeah, and look, it doesn't surprise you that Ohio State's able to negotiate this deal. I mean, their deal is bigger than the entire conference of the Big 12.
That's
true. But I mean, it's really
You're
not
right.
surprising.
Yeah,
No, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole conference is getting $20 million from
Monster.
Monster. And what's that, 18 teams, 16 teams?
Yeah.
And one team is getting $15 million per year from J.P. Morgan Chase.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, look, if you're a brand like that, if you're, Alabama, if you're Texas, these are the deals you hold out for.
Yeah.
And you'll get it.
The other thing what you might not notice, just shows you the power of Ohio State. As I was reading this morning, Chase and if you've dealt with any big corporations, they are fanatical about this. Like, their official color is blue.
Yep.
All their logos are blue. Everything they do is blue. They don't do white logos, but they did one in this case. Now, that's power. When you can go tell a corporation, we're taking $15 million of your dollars, and we don't really want a blue logo. We want something
because
white.
you know who doesn't want an alternate uniform? McDonald's.
That's right.
You know, they're going to keep those golden arches. You know, Ohio State can go with the black uniform sometimes. Yep. But, you know, if you're able to change somebody's logo, the color scheme, that is pretty crazy.
That's pretty powerful. And JP Morgan Chase did that for him. And if you remember Culver's, friends of ours, they're the sponsor at Wisconsin. They kept that blue sponsorship. And we even talked about it. It's like it actually pops better when it's blue. Like, I think people are so afraid of what these advertisements are going to look like. Does that bother you guys at all?
No. And I'll tell you this, if I was Chase, I think there is something to advertising during sports.
Yeah.
But outside of that, television-wise, I would pull every television dollar I had, and I would do something like this.
If you've got a recognizable enough logo, and I don't know if they do. I don't know if people could just look at that logo. Do y'all ever do that on social media? There's a social media thing where sometimes you're like, they'll show you a corporate logo without the name on it, and you have to say, this is that corporation.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if that logo stands out enough.
Yeah, pull it back again, Scotty.
Like, if you saw that without the word Chase under it.
No chance.
Yeah.
No chance. I mean, obviously, going back to McDonald's, you see the arches, you know.
100%. It's
that
an
looked
M.
good
It's a
at
yellow M.
Iowa State.
What, McDonald's?
Yeah.
A yellow M would fit right in.
USC
Right
don't want anything to do with the McDonald's, but Iowa State.
You take that money.
They can do In and Out. They got the yellow.
Yeah, it's got yellow. But I mean, this is tasteful. It's not overwhelming.
Right.
Schools have worn bowl logos that look way worse than that. I know it's a single game, but like that's just not off-putting to me.
No.
Like people that worry about advertisement on college jerseys.
More off-putting is the alternate uniforms Ohio State does.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I really think
the
Mercedes,
glimmer and the silver. You're right.
Yeah.
Would that Mercedes symbol on Alabama's jersey look
It would
really
look
good?
fantastic if you just went white Mercedes symbol. And when Alabama's on the road, it's a crimson Mercedes symbol. Now that's not one of Mercedes' colors, so it'd be interesting. They may go black on the white jersey.
Well, if I'm selling for Alabama, the first call I make is to Saban's camp to get the contact you need at Mercedes, because I think that partnership makes
he's got a
so much
connection.
sense. He does.
He's definitely got a connection.
So Clay's with us in a second. The show's being brought to you by our friends at Johnston RV Center, johnstonrvcenter.com.
We love announcing their salesperson of the month each month, going back to June as we're wrapping up July. We got the salesperson of the month for our friends at Johnston RV Center. It is our guy. Here he goes again, Mason Isbell. He's the salesperson of the month right there. You see him get that belt. So congrats to Mason Isbell. He's at the Coleman location, the June salesperson of the month for Johnston RV Center. Big selection still of pre-owned campers there at Johnston RV. They've all got a lifetime warranty, everything they've got there, and it's RV warranty forever. Anything that is new or qualifying pre-owned is covered for life from Johnston RV Center. But they are also fully stocked in 2027 models. 2026 model closeouts remain. That's all right there at Johnston RV Center. I-65, exit 304 in Coleman, 334 in Decatur, and always online at johnstonrvcenter.com.
As we wait on Clay, a couple of other things. You know, sports is better now than it's ever been. Television's better now than it's ever been as far as, you know, watching sports on television. But there are some nuances of the old days you occasionally miss. Earl Weaver was a legendary coach for the Baltimore Orioles back in the day.
He loved to chew some ass.
He did.
He did. Was one of the best at arguing with umpires, and occasionally you would catch the audio from that. It was just always fun to watch. Earl Weaver had something sewn into his uniform. You know, managers wear the uniforms. What do you think was sewn in to the front part of the uniform?
To be as irritable as he was, I would say sandpaper.
Sandpaper. Take a look at Earl Weaver's jersey. Sewn in was a pouch that you couldn't tell to put his cigarettes.
Yeah, that's right. The old cigarette pocket.
I remember Jim Leland didn't pull any punches. Like Jim Leland, Dean Smith kind of hid his smoking, but Leland was that guy that would hit the heaters in the dugout. That is pretty amazing, man. Yeah. Different world.
So he had that pouch sewn in to all of his game jerseys to put his cigarettes, to carry the cigarettes.
I am just going to go out on a limb here, and I am going to check the death of Earl Weaver, but I am going to say that it's got to be tobacco related.
Probably so. I mean, that guy smoked. If you have to have a patch sewn in so you can keep your cigs in your front pocket, yeah, you probably smoked them alive.
Yeah.
Do you remember
Heart attack while on the Orioles fantasy cruise in the Caribbean.
No, that's terrible.
Damn, somebody sits down for blackjack with Earl Weaver.
No, that's terrible. What a terrible way to go.
I mean, heart disease is one of the side effects of smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 82 years old.
Yeah, but did you?
Oh, but he made 82.
Yeah.
When you're growing up, either the short sleeve button up, the long sleeve button up, or a polo like I'm wearing would have the pocket in it, and you'd have the guy that'd have everything stuffed in there. He'd have
pens,
he'd have his cigarettes, his glasses. He had everything in that
Heavy
front
lighter.
pocket. Yeah, I mean everything was in there, and he could just reach in there and pull that cig out, ready to go.
Dude, my buddy, the late Tommy Cummings, I called him Goldfinger sometimes because he smoked so many Camels, his fingers were gold.
Oh, gold
Oh
finger.
no!
Yeah.
Hey, college football while we wait
In his 20s.
on Clay here. A couple of Alabama-Auburn notes for you. Pretty good sign here if they end up landing him for this 2027 recruiting class from Huntsville High. On3 Sports is reporting Joey Fleming, the number one inside offensive lineman, guard or center, number one in the country. Joey Fleming is being now crystal balled to Alabama, that's who he's going to choose. Most believe it's down to Alabama and Clemson, but also being pursued by Oklahoma, Ohio State, and Texas. And he's the number one inside offensive lineman, interior offensive lineman.
What class?
For this upcoming 2027 class. So,
I mean, good to be the leader in the clubhouse, but these things can take so many different turns now.
Adrian Clem, the new O-line coach, is one of the reasons why he is picking Alabama. And so that would be a big get to what is going to be a small class that doesn't end up with the major numbers that Alabama usually gets. Yeah.
I'm just laughing at you saying that every time. I mean, it is that message, while true, 100% true, is not resonating with Alabama fans because I hear it all the time about how bad they're doing in recruiting, which right now, if you're 33rd at On3, is where you find them right now.
That's terrible.
Not great. It is. But the message remains, and people are not listening to that message.
Do you ever go back, because I know I brought this up, like I don't think he had a bunch of five-star talent at Washington playing for the national championship in 23.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how we figure out what those classes look like for DeBoer because he never had a full recruiting cycle in Washington.
Yeah, I'd have to go, I guess you'd have to he was only there a couple of years, so you'd have to see what he got. He was winning it with a transfer quarterback for one thing.
Also, Auburn, great series they have going at Auburn Live right now on 3 Sports. Justin Hokanson and his team putting together their top 30 players in their countdown to, I don't know if it's to camp or whatever the countdown is, but they're doing their top 30 impactful Auburn Tigers for this upcoming year, and they're in somewhere around 13 is where this guy pops up. Kicker Alex McPherson. He's back to his full strength, he says. 5'9", 165 is his full weight. But he tells people at SEC Media Days that he is kicking at a 60-yard range, that his range is out to 60 yards plus, but he's very comfortable out to 60 yards. He was 20 of 23 last year, according to Hoke and the folks at Auburn Live.
He was.
All 3 misses were in the Missouri game on October the 18th.
Well, they had to go away from him on long kicks, too. And because
of his illness.
Yeah,
because of his
they
illness.
list him at 165. He was probably 130.
Dunaway told me how low he got. Listen to this, Lance.
According to the article, he got down to 110.
Can you believe that?
During his illness.
Yeah, I mean that's what you see somebody on their deathbed.
Yeah, I mean,
Crohn's
110.
disease, and he had his colon and large intestine removed, and played that way last season, having the surgery where he could still play football at Auburn. So he's just one of those guys. It's just an amazing story, a game day story on him and such. But he was actually at SEC Media Days, but he's never missed a PAT. He's 20 of 23. The misses came in the 40-yard range at Missouri.
I mean, he's 40 of 45 for his career. I mean, 14 of 15 from 30 to 39, 9 of 11, 40 to 49, 2 of 4, 50 plus. I mean, the guy has been about as solid as you can be, and you would assume if he is 100% healthy that he is going to be a big factor for Auburn.
If you know his range, which coaches should be dialed into, don't put him too far, out there. He'll be as consistent as anybody. And I know the kicker for Alabama, both of you have heard great things about him. Yeah.
I've heard the kid from Ireland is The only thing I heard about him, let me say, I was about to talk about like it's all I hear, but the only thing I've heard about him, Lance, is in the end of practice drills, when they are doing everything you can do to throw the kicker off, they can't throw this kid off. Now, will that translate into games? Who knows? We'll see. But, they do that at the end of practice. If you can make this one, you guys don't have to, we can cut our sprints in half, and then they do all the crazy stuff to him. They can't throw this kid off, that he's money in those situations. So
our 40 and 40 today brought to you by our friends at Hoover Toyota, hoovertoyota.com.
Whether you're in the market for new or used, whether it's a car, truck, or SUV, our friends at Hoover Toyota, they are there for you. Stop and see them, conveniently located Highway 150. They've got that red carpet program. They're going to retain you as a customer for life. For more information, hoovertoyota.com.
All right. Coming in today, we're up to number 24 in our rankings as we churn on. We gave you 25 Missouri yesterday. 24 today. We'll keep the same color scheme. We go to the Big Ten. Iowa is in. Give me Brooks' microphone. What did you say before the show about Iowa, Brooks?
That I feel like this is just the eternal ranking for Iowa. They are always the 24th ranked team in the country.
About right.
It's like you open up a what is it? What's it? The Kava? What's it called?
Huh?
The canvas. What's it called? That you do all your
Canva?
What is it?
Canva.
Canva.
Kava is a local restaurant.
Yeah, that's the Mediterranean restaurant.
You open up Canva, and default is Iowa at 24 as part of the settings, right?
To go back to Lance, who likes to look at the ticker, I feel like if you look at the ticker, Iowa is always number 24.
Yeah, you got to wait till the end of the college football
right.
scores.
They were really, although, Gronowski wasn't a great quarterback, he was an improvement where they were offensively.
Yeah.
And you look at Iowa last year, 9-4, but when you look at the 4 losses, well, I guess we can get back to this.
Yeah.
But anyway, they were all one possession. They lost to Iowa State by 3 on the road. They lost to Indiana by 5. We remember that comeback from Mendoza. They lost to Oregon by 2 in those terrible conditions, and they lost to USC by 5 in terrible conditions. So they were really, that was about as close as they've come.
We'll get back to our 40 and 40 countdown right in the middle of that with Iowa. As we head to Clay Travis, though, I will tell you our friends at Way to Wellness give you an opportunity to jumpstart your weight loss. You can do that real easy by going to their website at planforme.com, planforme.com. I'd gone way over 200 pounds at once, and they helped me lose 45 pounds. They can do that for you. Injection therapy, meal replacements. I use these protein bars to keep from bad snacking, and there's no contracts, no sign-up fees, and the first consultation is free. It's all at Way to Wellness, planforme.com.
All right, Clay Travis with us on the Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys Hotline. You see him on Fox Sports. Buck and Clay and Buck. I almost put Buck first, Clay. My apologies. It's 2 straight weeks. I haven't put any respect on your name, isn't it?
I know it's tough. It's tough to handle. Positive is the show's doing well enough that I think either way you say it, we're happy.
Okay, Clay and Buck. Nationwide, more than 8 million affiliates throughout the United States carry that show on a daily basis. All right, this is going to be a random place to start, but we discussed this at the start of the show. Alabama's Student Government Association and their fraternities and sororities, they tried to put out something yesterday that the student section would dress in the same color they'd have a whiteout against Georgia. They'd be all crimson in another game, black and white in another game. I brought up the fact that Tennessee does that with a checkerboard. As a Tennessee fan, do you like it? I'm always amazed at how much buy-in there is from your Tennessee fans that they go to the trouble of seeing, I'm sitting in section, why, I got to wear orange or I got to wear white. Do you like it as a Tennessee fan when they do that?
I think it looks cool on television. I don't pay attention to it personally. Now, I'm not exactly the most fashionable person on the planet, as you guys can well attest. And oftentimes, I don't even know what I'm going to wear on a game day till 10 minutes before I walk out of the hotel room or whatever. So I just don't plan outfits ever. I don't know what I'm going to wear today until about 2 minutes before I put it on. So
are you nude right now?
You're not naked, are you?
Clothes on?
Yeah, you're not naked.
I can tell you ain't showered.
Well, I'm in I just came out of the gym. I'm down on the beach. So I hit the gym. Then I've got a bunch of shows to do for the rest of the day. So just walked out. But no, I haven't taken a shower. I haven't shaved. I got my FS1 show I got to knock out. I got the 3-hour Clay and Buck. So I think I've got Jesse Waters tonight. So I got about 4.5 hours of live media to do still. So I'm trying to stay in shape as best I can. But no, I got no idea what shirt I'm going to have on today. And I'll be live on my radio show in, 40 minutes or whatever the heck it is. So I don't know what I'm going to wear for Jesse Waters or my show, my FS1 sports show. I mean, I'll have different clothes on, but I have no idea what I'm going to wear. I'm not even sure, frankly, what's even hanging in my closet down here. So I'm not the guy that you would go to on wardrobe. I do think it looks cool on television when Neyland is checkered out and you have a drone flying over the top of it or whatever else. Does it have any major impact on outcome of game? Probably not. Does it maybe have a small connection to the SEC in general, seeming like a really cool environment when those videos go viral on TikTok or Instagram Reels or whatever else? I think probably. But in general, that's not something that I spend much time on, but I know some people care. And by the way, I'll also say I don't care much about uniforms, but there's an obsession on every subtle variation of uniforms that a lot of people pay attention to. So I'll admit that I'm not necessarily the fashion maven when it comes to these decisions.
Yeah, this is not something I would go to you with, wardrobe. Something I would go to you with that I bet you've got an opinion on, and I bet you and Buck have talked about data centers. Like, I just find this amazing. Like, they're building 2 new ones in Birmingham or 3 new ones right now. And the more you look behind this, when you talk about the water, the high energy. I mean, what are the negatives of data centers, and is this going to become a problem?
I mean, it's a huge topic, right? So in general, what I would say is that energy for compute is becoming as important as oil is for, gas-powered vehicles, right? And energy in general. And so I don't know how much you use or people out there listening or watching us right now use AI in their day-to-day existence. But what I would say is every time I use Grok quite a bit, built inside of Twitter. Every time you put a query into Grok, that is going to use a certain amount of data. Some of them are less significant, right? A lot of people use AI right now as kind of an updated Google, where it's a little bit better, a little bit more reliable, ideally. That doesn't cost that much. But some people are saying, hey, make me a video that it will advertise my business, and it needs to be 60 seconds long, and it needs to have all this stuff. I mean, that costs a tremendous amount of computer energy and power to be able to produce. I think the question that is out there, if you want me to make a historical analogy, is you guys all remember when the internet revolution happened and the dot-com boom led to a dot-com bust. What was much of the bust about? It didn't actually end up being whether or not the internet was going to fundamentally transform everything in life. It did, and it was. But the cost of those so-called fiber optic cables that provide all of the wireless capabilities, all of the internet to exist, and this gets into kind of the intricacies, but a lot of people don't realize that the internet is connected underwater, right? Like there's transatlantic cables. Everything is instantaneously processing all around the world. And if a ship gets cuts a tube, like the internet could be cut off to an island or a location, right? Like this is one of the dangers of terror attacks. Every now and then somebody worries about the viability of our internet connection and how much of our life now is digital based. What happened with the internet bust was the cost to transmit all of that information ended up being a fraction of what we thought it was. And so a lot of these companies that had built this massive supply collapsed because they couldn't make money based on the cost of their fiber optic cables relative to what they were able to be charging. One thing I wonder about, and this is just me, I'm not an expert in AI by any stretch of the imagination, is a lot of this compute being built on the idea that prices are going to remain fairly consistent and it's going to be a very profitable business, when in reality, the overall cost of energy is going to collapse as technology moves faster. And so we're going to end up with way overbuilt data centers. Right now, there appears to be an infinite demand. I question whether that's actually going to end up being true.
Not to sound like Caitlin Collins here, but just real simply, data centers, good or bad? Just Lance wants to know, were they good or bad?
I think anything that makes the human ability to process information more effectively and efficiently is good, but also you're basically asking, as AI becomes intertwined with human life, humans, good or bad? The answer is some of both, right? So, with AI compute, you could create all sorts of new drugs that could help to treat people and make the quality of life infinitely better, right? That's a very positive. You could also have somebody nefariously create brand new viruses that they're engineering using the power of AI that could be far more deadly than COVID and far more infectious, right? So it's a little bit like saying humans good or bad. The answer to me is both.
A little of both. Clay, I want to ask you about the deal that Ohio State and Learfield got from J.P. Morgan Chase, their jersey patch, $15 million per year on all Ohio State sports teams, 36 of them, but specifically the moneymaker is football. And some are saying as high as $17 million per year. Compare that to the Big 12's deal with Monster Energy, where the whole league splits up $20 million. How did the Big 12 sell their soul to a sponsor for just $20 million? That seems like Brett Yormark did a horrible job in the sales department here.
Yeah, unless that's a national brand sponsor and you're going to have one lapel with a national brand and another with a regional local deal, right? I don't know the specifics on how many labels you can put on a jersey. I do know if you look at soccer, I mean, most of the English Premier League teams have a bevy of sponsors that are associated with them. So I think that remains to be seen. What I do think this reflects is there's a rush to star power in all aspects of life. And Ohio State, whatever you think about them, is one of the 8 or 10 biggest brands in all of college football, beyond a shadow of a doubt. And I think what you're going to find is there is a superstar component to those deals that an Ohio State or a Michigan, for instance, could get that, and not try and take a shot at them, that Iowa or Northwestern could not get, right? And so I think you're probably going to see, and I don't know what the rules are as it applies to the SEC, but then you add in also hyper regional brands, right? JP Morgan Chase, a huge brand. Ohio State, they're basically saying is a national brand, but you can see a world where, I don't know, what's the biggest Alabama based company? Is it Yellowwood or something like that? I don't know.
It's actually
Drummond Oil.
Yeah, Drummond. Well,
you can see a world where
Wickles.
Yeah.
Here is where a guy who owns a company just decides, hey, I'm going to give $20 million. I get my logo on the jersey, but it's really just a way to run NIL expenses through the company and get a tax deduction because it's a marketing expense instead of a donation directly from me, right? I don't know if JP Morgan has strong connections to the Ohio State Jamie Dimon, I think, is the head of JP Morgan. I have no idea if he's a diehard Ohio State guy, but I would think if they're interested in doing that deal with Ohio State, there are going to be other banks that are interested in doing that deal with Texas A&M, Texas, Alabama, Tennessee, whatever the biggest brands are out there. I do think it kind of puts some places in like a really tough spot, like Regions. There ain't no way Regions is sponsoring any SEC team, right? Because their goal is to serve the whole South. Can you imagine being the Regions CEO and suddenly they're the presenting sponsor of Auburn, and how mad Alabama fans would be, or how that would work?
Right.
So I do think you almost need a national brand in some ways, either hyper regional, like a state-based brand, or you need a big national brand in order to be able to get away with this, just based on fan reactions.
Ironically, Regions was the answer to your previous question. In terms of revenue, the largest Alabama-based company is Regions Financial Corporation.
I was going to go the U.S. Defense Department.
Yeah, U.S. Defense Department spends a lot here.
The Space and Rocket Center.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, I think the end result, I mean, Regions is, I think, the official bank of the SEC, and they're probably more akin to do something like what Monster Energy did, which is put their brand on every uniform. But I do think that the big national brands, my take in general is that the big is going to be bigger than it ever has been before. And what's often happening is sort of the middle tier of talent, whether it's music, whether it's whether it's video games, the things that are bigger than they've ever been before, but it's harder and harder to break through and matter. And so, I mean, look, use ESPN as an example. You got Pat McAfee and Stephen A. Smith making tens of millions of dollars a year to do their shows. And then you've got a lot of other guys getting fired who are in that next tier, but the next tier is a big drop off.
All right, he is Clay Travis. You see him on Fox Sports at Clay Travis on social media, and also Clay and Buck nationwide every single day on your radio. Clay, thank you very much for the time. Have a great week.
Hey, appreciate you all. Thanks a lot.
All right, buddy. Clay with us on the Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys Hotline.
And we'll get back to our 40 and 40 when we come back. The show being brought to you by Central State Bank. Brownie.
Yeah, that is the bank that is big enough to meet every single need you have, but they are small enough to know you. Why? Because they're a community bank. You ever dealt with a community bank? It is a massive difference dealing with a community bank over one of the bigger banks where the decision makers you never see. Well, the decision makers at Central State Bank, they are people who they're in your churches, their kids are in your kids' schools, they're at your kids' ballparks. That's where you find Central State Bank. Central State Bank can meet every need you have, whether it's buying that first car or opening that first business. Central State Bank is there to help you. Big enough to meet every need you have, small enough to know you. Central State Bank, member FDIC.
Follow Brownie on Twitter and Instagram at Ryan Brown Live.
You know, sometimes injury attorneys get a bad rep, being called ambulance chasers, showing up to the accident scene before the EMTs get there. At Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys, this ain't that. We get enough cardio, no need to chase ambulances. Look, if you're injured in any type of accident, don't accept a dime from the insurance company. Hit up the gators of the litigation situation. Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys. Call 659-777-7777 or AlexWins.law.
Call me, Alabama.
Physical office location, Birmingham.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Never miss anything from the Next Round when you listen on demand through the podcast platform of your choice. Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcasts. Wherever you listen, always like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads so you catch every part of the Next Round. Listen anywhere in the world at any time on the Next Round podcast feed and support the show by following, subscribing, and turning on automatic downloads on any podcast platform. Thanks for always making the Next Round a big part of your day.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemphill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemphill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemphill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemphill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from the Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the Next Round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the Next Round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Back to our 40 and 40 in just a second. It'll be part of our spotlight, Tyler, if you can get that ready to go here. Always interesting catching up with Clay. I worry about the data centers too, but I don't see how we can get around them. You know what I mean?
Here's the
it's
thing,
almost
though,
like people don't like when they build a cell tower in their neighborhood.
Yeah,
no, I get it, but I think everybody has a cell phone, right? Like, how many people use AI? I don't think everybody does, and
everybody benefits from the cell phone service being there. The only people that benefit from the data centers are the people who own the data centers.
Yeah, but when cell phones first started, they were simply a luxury. And now they are darn near a necessity. I mean, a cell phone is very close to becoming a necessity.
Why would AI become a necessity?
I don't know, but why would cell phones have been? You would not have guessed that when cell phones first came out.
I told Brown a story I was reading this morning that Big Pharma had spent over $1 billion researching a way to treat osteoporosis or something. It was arthritis, some form of arthritis. And in less of the time and a third of the money, another company using AI has advanced the drug further than the Big Pharma has for a third of the cost and a third of the time.
That's great, but what back to Clay, like, I've got a business that's going to be out of business in 3 years, but I'm going to build this massive video that takes all this consumption, this energy consumption away. So there are good, but the majority of it is stuff we don't need.
And that AI being used to create new drugs is great, but the cost of using the AI, the energy consumption, the strain on the grid, all that falls on regular old taxpayers who don't see that.
Well, it does, but what if the drug were curing cancer? It's curing osteoporosis, which is bad for whoever's got that, but cancer affects everyone.
Arthritis.
So you want to foot the bill for pharmaceutical companies?
Right.
Well, you do eventually anyway. No.
So you would prefer not to have a cure for cancer?
Do you really think they're ever going to allow a cure?
I don't know, but that's aside the point. That's not the point.
No, I mean, they're not.
No, that's not the point. That's not the point. I'm just saying, if they were curing cancer, you would say, yeah, but it's doing this. I mean, how do you make those trade-offs?
And I think you're a little naive to think you're not paying for Big Pharma
right now.
I
think we are anyway, but I don't want to pay more.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
an example,
maybe we're paying less if AI is doing it for us.
No, but I went to use Grok, and like, you have to pay for it now.
Well, to do a certain thing. Yeah.
You don't have to, but I mean, if you want to create video and images, because that uses a lot of data, a lot of energy.
Yeah, like you dancing in the Rams end zone, you're gonna have to pay extra for that. Yeah, you can't just do that on Grok.
You have to have a blue check mark now to use Grok.
Okay, I have gotten this far without AI being a big part of my life, and
we'll just log you into the TNR account, then you can use that.
More and more, it sounds to me like you're more moderate than a harsh Republican. I think you're
Jim loves putting labels on people.
I think you're. It sort of blends.
I got common sense.
Blends Republican this way here.
But I mean, you probably thought you were going to do without a cell phone for a while too. I mean, were you late adopting a cell phone, or were you on that early? You were on that very early.
I mean,
But what about a smartphone? Not a cell phone.
Yeah, you like
I could
the
do
Razr
without the smartphone. Yeah, I don't need the smartphone.
Well, you can still buy it.
Yeah,
they got the Razr came back.
Technically, I can do without indoor plumbing, but I prefer to have it. The show being brought to you by Alexander Shunnarah. Let's get back to our 40 and 40, which we now have made it our spotlight today.
The College Football Spotlight.
Presented by our guy, Alexander Shunnarah, trial attorneys. Shunnarah.com, Shunnarah.com. Alexander Shinars recovered more than $2 billion for his clients. That is billion with a B. That is a lot of money, and he's doing it right here in Birmingham, Alabama. That's his hometown. He was born in Birmingham, grew up here, went to school at UAB, and he said, when I start my firm, I'm going to start to take care of my people. My people are this community. Listen, it's grown worldwide, obviously, but it's still based right here in Birmingham. Now more than 150 attorneys later, more than 500 dedicated team members. He's still recovering big for his clients. More than $2 billion with our guy, Alexander Shinara. Shinara.com. You don't pay a dime unless they win your case. Shinara.com.
To recap, we've got Iowa sliding in at number 24. Here's Kirk Ferentz on the 3-game stretch that includes at Michigan, home to Ohio State, and at Washington. Wow.
It is what it is, I mean, it's a couple things again. Nobody knows, although the odds are all three of those teams will be pretty good teams when we play them, but nobody knows right now who's going to be what. And I guess, to me, the moral of the story, if I've learned one thing, it's more important to worry about us, So when we do get there, whatever part of the season that is, we're going to be ready to play and take on a good opponent. And that's the one thing for sure. In our conference, you're going to play good teams. And so that's happening, and that's week in and week out. Best way to be ready in the fall is for us being what we should do right now and doing as well as we can, knowing that we've got a lot of ground to cover. I think that's hopefully everybody understands that. At the same time, let's not put any ceilings on ourselves either. Let's just try to get as good as we can, see where we can go.
But everybody looks at the schedule, Lance, and they go win, loss, win for every team. That's a tough stretch right there, man.
Yeah, they're going to be favored in 8 games. I mean, the good is, look, this guy, longest tenured coach in college football, coming back for year 28. 5 of the last 6 years, their defense has finished in the top 20 in total defense. They were second fewest penalties in college football behind Army last year, which is very, very impressive. But the offense, they still are lacking that. And now you got to replace quarterback. It's either going to be Hank Brown, a guy that's got a little bit of experience. You've seen him in the conference before. Jeremy Hecklinski. You've got Moulton coming back, who was almost a 1,000-yard guy in the backfield. But you just never get offense. And I'd love to see this guy be able to get to a college football playoff. And again, he was close last year. The 4 losses by 1 possession to really good teams, Iowa State, Indiana, Oregon, and USC. I mean, real quick math, 4 losses by 15 points to those teams.
There's not a atom in my body that wants to see Iowa and their style of play
Nope.
in the
I'm just talking about for him.
Oh, for him it'd be a nice
same
parting
thing
gift.
as Oklahoma. You saw it last year with Oklahoma.
Since the COVID year.
Yeah.
Since the COVID year. So that's going to be a demarcation, I think, historically in football, because we get to NIL, we get to all of that, like transfer portal. Here are their score, just in conference. Here's Iowa's scoring offense. 10th, and let me put you in perspective. This is 23 points a game to get to 10th in the Big Ten. All right, 10th in 2021, 12th in 2022, 14th in 2023. They had 14 teams then. They get to 18 teams, it goes up to 8th, and then last year it is 8th. They're never in the top half of the conference scoring offense, to Lance's points. Always in the bottom or the bottom half.
So is that his style, Lance, or do you think that's just what the lot in life he's been given?
I think a lot of it is recruiting, too. I think part of it is style. I mean, the defense is always, really, really good.
But who you can bring to Iowa is what you mean. Yeah.
I mean, the last really good Iowa quarterback, Brad Banks. Maybe Drew Tate. No, Tate was before or after Brad Banks. I don't know, but
We're
Tate
going
never
that
got
far
better.
back.
But yeah, it's a long time.
I cannot say his name. Bethard's kid.
Yeah, C.J. Beathard.
C.J. Beathard.
Yeah,
he
was
played some in
pretty
the
good.
NFL.
Yeah. He wasn't bad. But, you just don't have a lot of skill. I mean, tell me really, really good Iowa wide receivers.
Yeah. No, when we do our thing tomorrow, who's the greatest Iowa player of all time that didn't play hand in dirt? Skill player, Iowa, best one all time. Could be
I
here all
can't
day.
say his name. He played, it's going to shock you, white receiver.
Oh, Tim Dwight.
Tim Dwight.
Sean Green, running back.
No, it's Tim Dwight.
Yeah.
Tim Dwight had a Super Bowl touchdown for whatever that's worth.
We'll do that tomorrow on the show, but that's, Iowa's one of those tough ones.
There are, to me, I mean, here's the good news. I think there's only one game that is not winnable on this schedule, but that game's in Iowa City and it's against Ohio State. So, like, they do spring that upset every 3 or 4 years.
They occasionally throw an upset.
You know, at Michigan, I don't think
we actually put Ohio State when we look at their schedule. I think you keep bringing it up. That's a sneaky game.
Got to go to
for
Iowa.
Ohio State,
Yeah.
I mean, look, and they've got difficult games. Iowa State, the Cyhawks, always difficult. Now, Iowa State's completely resetting. They got to go to the Big House. They got to go out to Seattle to take on Washington. At Minnesota won't be a cakewalk, and at Illinois. But, I mean, they've got a bunch of winnable games.
Daniel gives you George Kittle, by the way, which is probably the answer.
Oh,
He
George
might-
Kittle is.
Easy answer.
He might have had
I
his
mean,
hand in the dirt some.
Just line up your tight
Yeah,
end.
it is tight end
Laporta.
you. Yeah. Where do you think he'll be remembered historically, Kirk Ferentz? Because this is your
About the 24th best coach.
I mean, seriously, isn't that kind of where he is? I mean, he's never won an academy.
Yeah,
Won't that be awesome? Is like
He's
every
not-
coach ranking, he's 25th.
He's not going to raise to the level of a Frank Beamer or a Bill Snyder because, you know, Iowa had success before.
Yeah, Hayden Fry took him to Rose Bowls, but he's the best coach in Iowa history.
There's no doubt. Yeah, he is.
But I just don't know where that gets you historically.
I got him
'cause
19th on our SEC Big Ten combination. I put him
so that's
19th.
probably, again, middle of the pack in the Big Ten then.
Yeah.
Now, before I say
Sadly,
anything,
I've got him right
I would
behind
say-
Matt Rule and ahead of Luke Fickell.
I would say that is way too low for him, but I forgot where I had him. So
Yeah.
Probably about there, probably
Yeah,
middle of the
Brooks,
pack.
Brooks, do you have where I had
I mean,
Kirk Ferentz?
But if you think about it, he's won a bundle of games. He's got them consistent. I mean, when are they just awful?
Yeah.
They're not.
And then they occasionally are really good, you know, and they're
Well,
contending for their
I mean,
conference.
they
Seems to be a
almost-
great human being, too.
They almost got to play in that college football semifinal game where they would have taken the beat, and instead, remember, it came down to a goal line stand. Them and Michigan State. Michigan State wins the
That's
game.
right.
They go to Dallas. They
Alabama
play Alabama.
destroys them. Yeah. That would have been Iowa.
That would have been
Imagine
Iowa.
that.
Steph Curry still would not have played the night we went to the Mavericks.
We
game.
would not have.
Yeah.
The you know, him standing by his son so long, well, it's a bit of a blemish. I mean, that was nepotism at its finest. They were awful on offense, and he just would not change, you know, his son's position. And the school finally had to step in, basically.
I wonder if you did. I mean, you've always heard family and business doesn't work, and it doesn't, but like for the most part. But you wonder how often it works in football.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like very often.
It doesn't. It doesn't. You know, Spurrier, Holtz. You start going through
Belichick.
the history. Belichick. Let's get to our 4 downs today. Iowa at 24. Sometimes we get a 4-down question that comes off of our 40 and 40. It's brought to you by our friends at Central Alabama Asphalt.
That's the group when you're riding the beautiful roads of the great state of Alabama. You see those roadwork projects, whether it is federal, municipal, state work project. You're probably seeing our guys from Central Alabama Asphalt and Construction do those jobs. They do a ton of them, but it doesn't mean that they don't have time for your smaller job, thing like a parking pad at your house or a new driveway at your house, or you got a church that needs a new parking lot, or you know, a community center, something like that needs a parking lot. Those are smaller jobs. They do those same crews, same quality, same dedication, all right there at Central Alabama Asphalt and Construction. For estimates, big or small, you can call them at 205-349-0910, 205-349-0910, or centralalabamaasphalt.com.
First down.
Who gets to a college football playoff first? Speaking of Iowa or Missouri? Team we previewed yesterday.
I'm going to go Iowa, LT. They seem to be closer to that top 4 line to me that gets you into the 12-team playoff than Missouri is. Now, if we expand to 24, like you'll hear the Big Ten say today, tomorrow, and the next day at Chicago, they want to go to 24 teams, then both will get there, but Iowa will get there before Missouri.
It almost, I mean, look, color scheme, it almost seems like the same program.
Yeah.
It's like 8 or 9 wins.
Yep. Missouri seems a little more exciting just simply because Drink's an offensive coach.
Iowa seems more dependable, though.
They do.
Okay, if you could go to one of the home games, which one would you go to?
Oh, it'd be Iowa. I've heard Iowa City's a cool college town.
Yeah. I've been
and
to a game at Missouri, so
You
I
want to
do
wave to
Iowa.
those kids.
I want to wave to the kids at the end of the first. That feels awesome. But did you like Como?
I didn't hate it.
Did you like the stadium? Iowa Kinnick
It's-
Stadium looks better than.
It's been totally redone. I mean, not totally redone, but they've almost doubled in size since I've been there.
Yeah, Kinnick Stadium's always looked better than the place in Missouri, Faurot Field. I think I'd go to a game in Iowa.
It wasn't horrible.
Yeah. And I think my answer to this question also is Iowa, though. The true answer is I don't know how long it'll take for either of those teams to make it.
You know why I liked Iowa so much? Their SID had no problem with us setting up a set right on the field for warm-ups to do our pregame show.
You mean Missouri, not Iowa?
Missouri, I mean, yeah.
So
They had
y'all
no
just
problem.
set up right on the field.
Yeah, it's like we were freaking game day in town.
Yeah.
They were like, yeah, no problem. Just set up right here. I was like,
Nobody else is going to ask.
Thank you. Thank you. Can we pull our truck right there to the gate? Absolutely.
Is this where the hometown TV guys do it? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, just go ahead.
You're the first all season to ask us.
So we were right there on the field until the
Second.
thunderstorm came.
Second down.
New York Giants receiver Malik Neighbors, 23 years old. It looks like by all accounts he will be ready.
Only 23.
Only 23. If I asked you, more receiving yards this year, Iowa, the entire team, or Malik Neighbors?
All right, I got to go. Iowa.
I think Iowa had like 1,800 last year, which, you know,
Ooh,
would
that'd
have
be a
been
big year for
Would have
Neighbors.
been the tops in the NFL. Again, you're replacing quarterback, though, and you're replacing your two top wide receivers. And, you know, Neighbors only played in 4 games last year because of the injury, but his rookie season, 1,200 yards without good quarterback play. He's going to get better quarterback play with Scadaboo in that backfield. Like, I think Neighbors is 1,500 plus.
1,861 is.
I was going to say 1,500
Yeah.
for Neighbors is what I was going to guess.
I think it'll be really close.
If you could have done Wisconsin, I might have gone Neighbors. Wisconsin was 1,600 last year. 1,800, that's a bridge too far for me, I
I
think.
think Iowa's going to come back a little bit.
I think he may have more receiving touchdowns. They only had 12 receiving touchdowns last year. I think he could have more than that.
I feel better about the yards.
You
than
think
the
more yards
touchdowns.
than touchdowns?
Yeah, 12's a big number.
Yeah.
Third.
I think I would actually take Malik Neighbors here, which is crazy.
I'll take Iowa, but it won't be comfortable. You'd be sweating it out.
The whole time.
There'll be points during the year where Malik Neighbors will be ahead
Yeah.
on the scoreboard.
He leads the whole year.
Third down.
Dana White, 57 years old. Which Dana ultimately has the better career? Dana White, Dana Carvey?
Thought you were going to ask about Dana Gold. Wasn't she
It's
on?
not even close.
Yeah, Dana White.
White, yeah.
Dana White, great career.
Because, I mean, the UFC was in the toilet. It was essentially being ran by the mob before Dana White took it over.
I get that. Dana Carvey, I was never a fan.
How do you actually say his first name? Because I've never known. Is it Dana or Dane? There's a different letter in it.
No, it's D-A-N-A.
Oh, Harvey?
Dana White or Carvey?
Carvey, yeah.
I thought it was D-A-N-A as well.
I think that one's V-A-N-A as well.
Yeah. I've never seen it spelled different.
Carvey. It's What's the last name? Is
Carvey.
Harvey. No,
Carvey.
crap. Carvey.
Carvey. That's
Yeah.
where I'm getting a cup from.
Dana Carvey.
I've always put the cup with the Dana part.
Dana
Carvey.
Oh,
But
Dana
I'm saying-
Carvey.
Yeah. I've
Like Dana Carvey, though, again, never a fan of his work, hated Wayne's World, but he was like an executive producer on those. So I don't think he's got Dana White money, but I think Dana Carvey's got a lot more money than we know.
I'll go Dana White, but I
would
saw
go Dana White.
Dana Carvey. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
I've always thought it was Dana Carvey. He did a Michael J. Fox Back to the Future SNL skit that was hilarious. It came across my timeline last night.
Have
And
you
like the old professor
Yeah.
and Dana Carvey
Yeah.
came running out as Michael J. Fox. We got to go back to the future. This show sucks.
Yeah.
You got to turn this down, and it ended up being pretty fun.
Have you ever seen the video of it? It's a home improvement preview,
Okay.
and they're letting Bob Saget. They don't know what they're watching. Bob Saget, Steve Carell, and Dana Carvey are watching it, and it's like ABC's doing it. Like this week, a very special home improvement, and the young kid finds out he's got cancer or he's got some sort of disease. And it's this real emotional. Have you seen this, Tyler? It's so
I have
funny.
not, but that was a trend. Whenever a sitcom was going to cover mature subject matter, it
Yeah.
would be broadcasted as a very special.
Yeah, it was a very
episode.
special episode. So they're doing the preview for this, and Bob Saget, Dana Carvey, and Steve Carell are watching it. And it's this Tuesday night, life and death situations, and they do all this. And Tim Allen, talking to a little kid, goes, "Your mom and I are not going to let you die. We're not going to let you die." That's a very special home improvement, followed by the mug root beer Dana Carvey variety hour. And as soon as they say that, like Tim Carell or Steve Carell and Bob Saget, they just die laughing. It is so funny. The way the voice guy has to try to sell the diet mug root beer Dana Carvey variety hour after a very special home improvement.
And I have pulled up a picture of a movie I used to own called The Master of Disguise, starring Dana Carvey. It's often cited as one of the worst movies ever made.
Yeah,
I can just tell by the still shot here.
I mean, you owned that?
I did on VHS. At one point, he's trying to get into a place called the Turtle Club, and so that's why he looks like that. And he says, "Am I not turtly enough for the Turtle Club?"
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm glad I missed that one.
Sadly, looks more like me than I wish it.
Turtle.
Than I wish it did.
Hey, those are the Raiders of the Ark glasses you used to wear, the ones without the lens.
I mean, the hair, the neck, closer than I want it to be.
You could get into the Turtle Club.
Yeah. Thank you.
4th down.
D'Amico Ryans 41, Harry Kane 33. Ultimately better career, D'Amico Ryans or Harry Kane?
With the coaching, D'Amico Ryans. He's a future Super Bowl winning coach.
I do think that would be the difference.
Yeah.
Like Harry Kane had an opportunity to win a World Cup. They shit the bed this year. If D'Amico wins a Super Bowl.
Yeah. I think it's going to be D'Amico Ryans. I'm sold on the Texans winning the AFC and being in the Super Bowl this year.
This year, that's your AFC pick, the Houston Texans. I think it'll end up being D'Amico. I mean, he's a very well-respected coach. I mean, it's not going to shock me if they're in a Super Bowl. Seeing Houston lift the Super Bowl trophy would be,
Is Harry Kane considered the greatest English footballer of all time?
No, not the greatest, but I mean, as far as like modern players, he's up there.
Rooney's up there, right?
Rooney's great. I love Rooney. I wouldn't consider him the greatest. Daniel in the chat would consider him the best player in England history.
Who, Harry Kane?
Yeah, and I mean, as far as international play goes, yeah, I mean that's a fair argument. Him or Jude Bellingham.
Was Beckham good enough to be in that discussion, or was he just more sizzle?
Beckham was great, but they didn't really succeed in international play.
You using the data centers over there, Jimmy?
Yeah, I'm paying the data center. Sir Bobby Charlton is considered to be the greatest one. Played for Man U. English icon, was the star of the '66 World Cup team. Bobby Moore, the iconic captain of England's '66 World Cup team. Wayne Rooney. I didn't give Wayne Rooney enough respect.
Number 3. I brought him up. Yep. Number 3.
Former record-holding national team top scorer, known for his incredible skill and power, and Harry Kane 4th.
He's already 4th.
That from the list of Sports Illustrated.
Where would D'Amico Ryans fall on all-time Alabama linebackers?
Who's also an NFL coach?
That would be
one. In all-time NFL coaches.
Oh, well, not 4th.
No. They're not even 4th right now.
Yeah.
I think we got the answer then.
Yeah, well, for now.
I mean, as much as I'd like to go against Harry Kane and his big British nose, it's Harry Kane.
Beckham was 8th, by the way, Brown, according to that Sports Illustrated.
I got 2 in the top 10. That's pretty good for me.
Jimmy Greaves rounded out the top 5.
Yeah, but if you could trade a career with any of those.
Beckham.
Yeah, Beckham, for sure.
I'd bend it myself.
Yeah, Beckham, he invested in the MLS and was able to buy the expansion rights for the Miami club for like $7 million. So way under market because he got that deal done when he signed with LA Galaxy. And now that club's worth a ton.
But to show you how important winning a World Cup is, 3 of the top 5, according to Sports Illustrated, were on that 66 World Cup championship team.
Oh, okay. Well, that's generally you get a ring, right? That's right. Yeah, it's going to put you high in those lists.
That's a different kind of game than modern soccer.
No, I was at a local taco joint, and they had on one of the 60, it might have been the 66 World Cup, but like.
Was it recognizable?
Watching these guys. I mean, it would be like watching football in the 60s and just imagining how different it would be if you matched them up against somebody.
And if you go back and watch that old footage, the field is just torn to shreds. Time.
Uniforms are awful.
Yeah. Short shorts are going, and Diego Maradona is kneeing people in the face and throwing flying kicks.
4th down.
That was 4th down.
Yeah, I was about to say, surely.
You guys kept looking at me like I was
about to. Okay. And that's our 4 downs today, brought to you in part by our friends at Crane U. 1 more hour to go. We'll talk about the game after the game. An interesting Andy Staples story. We'll use the dry erase board on the other side. Tell us about Crane U.
Yeah, inspections, training, certifications, whatever you need, Crane U's got it handled. It's the one call you make and you are good. If you're curious about a career in the crane industry, the first big step, getting certified, becoming fully compliant, Crane U is here to guide you every single step of the way. From first-time operators to seasoned professionals seeking the recertification, their industry-leading training programs built for all experience levels. Backed by a team with over 100 years of combined real-world expertise, Crane U delivers the knowledge, hands-on skills, and confidence you need to succeed in the field. For more information, craneu.com. That is craneu.com.
Follow Dunaway on Twitter and Instagram at Jim Dunaway.
Dump trucks, delivery vans, tankers, 18-wheelers, 35 types of commercial vehicles share the road with you every day. When one hits you, trust me, the company's lawyers are already moving. You should be too. Over $2 billion recovered. Alexander Shinara trial attorneys are ready to fight for you. Call 659-777-7777 or visit alexwins.law for your free case evaluation. Don't wait. Alexander Shinara trial attorneys. 659-777-7777. alexwins.law. Physical offices, Birmingham.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Next Round shirts, Next Round hoodies, and Next Round hats all in one place, nextround.store. Find your favorite piece of gear from your favorite show and put it in your rotation. You never know, you might be in one of our videos showing Next Round gear being worn all over the world. Find all of your favorite Next Round gear by visiting nextround.store. Place an order for you and that big Next Round fan in your life at nextround.store. Look your best at work, at school, at the stadium, or anywhere you go wearing Next Round gear from nextround.store.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from The Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop.
Storm season
Rare quality,
is here. Make
well
sure you
done
have a plan of
service.
action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. The Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Final hour of the show brought to you by our friends at Champy's, world famous fried chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster. Man, it's my favorite part of the day to tell you about Champy's. The only thing that's better than telling you about Champy's, eating at Champy's. Go by there and see Sterling and Megan, the whole crew that's been at that location for 11 years, champyschicken.com. They'll get you there. And, man, they'll deliver a great meal as they do all the time. The chicken's brined overnight, juicy down to the bone because it's cooked to order. It comes out piping hot. I'm a big two-breast guy and the big in-house made sides, in-house made dessert, hand-cut chicken fingers. Tyler will tell you there. He orders and takes some home, and he's a growing young man. Mississippi Delta recipe, tamales, and so much more. Champy's Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster. Andy Staples with a fascinating story we'll get into in a second. But coming off of SEC Media Days, Lane Kiffin had to address a lot of the Ole Miss stuff during SEC Media Days talking to the media. But I thought this was an interesting question. How much does he have to talk about how he left Ole Miss to go to LSU in the recruiting process? Here's Lane Kiffin.
Last December, you got the rap as right or wrong, legit or not legit, whatever. You got the rap as a coach who left his team. How much have you had to counter that in your dealings with players, prospective players, coaches, prospective coaches, families, whoever you deal with in your professional life?
Yeah. It's not coach speak. I don't give coach speak. I don't deal with it at all. I mean, recruits, families, I think kind of initially that was, people were saying, that would be a big thing. They don't. They want to know how they're coached, how do they fit into the program, what's their NIL deal. I don't ever get asked about that from recruits, from parents, from any of that. I think they come, they see what we're doing. And I think for recruits and recruits' parents, I don't think any of them don't see why I did what I did. I think they come and they see LSU. And they see what we're doing at LSU, and they see the history of LSU and the power of LSU, and it doesn't even come up.
I actually believe that. Yeah, I believe that. I do too.
I believe that too.
Yeah, because I think
what I don't believe is anybody questioning the recruiting to Oxford. I think he was bullshitting on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was oversold.
I do believe that.
Yeah, but I do too.
Yeah, I think players this day and age want to know what they're getting paid, and the parents too. How are you getting me to the league? Am I going to start right away? What's the depth chart look like in front of me? Am I coming here to start? I think they want to know all those things.
Yeah, the short answer to what you're saying is they don't care about anybody else. I'm worried about me.
I'm worried about me.
Yeah,
and
that's fine. That's sad you left the Ole Miss guys. But what are we going to do at LSU?
And
this is where I'm going to be.
I don't know a percentage to put on it. I would say it's a quite high percentage of the players he recruits think they're only going to be there 3 years themselves. Wouldn't you think?
Yes. And by the way, most of the high-profile recruits go to a school, and most of them, high percentage, will move to a new school next year if they get a bigger offer.
That's right. And
a better opportunity.
Yeah, and
is that true or not true?
Oh, it's 100% true. And I think with the transfer portal, coaching stability means less and less to kids. Because if LSU, if he were to leave to take an NFL job, I can see who LSU's got, and I can transfer somewhere else.
Yeah. And so I get more money to do it.
I think it probably means less now than it's ever meant.
100%.
Yeah, I think playing for certain coaches means a lot less.
Yeah.
I would agree. You used to always say a coach has to have a 4-year deal so he can recruit.
That's right.
You know how many guys are going to be playing for Joey McGuire coming up?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm just talking about there was a cachet about playing for a Nick Saban.
Oh, yeah.
But now it's like the highest bidder.
Yeah.
Like
I get to go play for Joey McGuire. No, you're going to get a check.
So the best active coach, I think, let's just say Kirby Smart based on accolades. But if Texas Tech bids more than Georgia, guys are going to sign with Texas Tech.
That's right. And by the way, they're not signing for 3 years unless that's what the contract says, because after 1 year, if Texas is offering more money, they're going to go sign with Texas.
That's right.
Yeah. They're going to do exactly what Lane Kiffin did. So I agree with you guys. Not one problem on the recruiting trail when it comes to that, because it's the bottom dollar these days. Hey, don't forget the AP poll comes out August 17th. That should be fun. We continue our 40 and 40 countdown. Iowa earlier today. Iowa has not mentioned. It's mentioned in Andy's story, Andy Staples, a wonderful story about the game after the game. Some big games on the schedule this year. And I've got 6 games after big games. And here's what I want the guys to do on the dry erase board. This is a blind ranking where 1 is the team is likely to lose the game after the game. 6 is least likely to lose. Random order. I'm going to give you a game and then tell you the game afterwards, and you rank them. 1 is most likely to lose, 6 is least likely to lose. You've got 6 to put in there. First, Oregon at USC. Oregon at USC. The game after the game is Washington at USC. So Washington at USC, likely to lose or likely to win on a scale of 1 to 6.
So this is for USC.
For USC,
Okay.
yes.
All right. So
Because I do think USC is going to beat Oregon. Like, I think that's one of Oregon's 1 or 2 losses this year.
So
So
now
I do think this plays into it.
So
for
this
me.
is basically a trap game
Yeah.
situation coming off a big win or a hard
Right.
loss. What do you do the next week?
So wherever I write this, do I need to write USC or Washington? Which one do I write?
USC is the team.
USC is the team. Okay, so I write the team.
See,
Right.
so I write USC?
Yeah, here's the way.
We're both
Oregon
confused.
at USC. Right. So they didn't play in the game. So it's the game after the game.
I know.
Who USC?
So I'm picking the loser here.
Is the
Okay.
connector. Is
All right.
USC
Okay.
going to lose it or win it? If they're
Okay.
going to win it, you put them at 1. If
All
they're
right.
going to lose it, 6 or somewhere
I
in between.
went 5 right there. I'm going to need to see. I know, Lance, you like Washington. I'm going to need to see that a little bit before I totally buy into this. I'm going to leave space at the bottom, but I don't think that's a high likelihood.
Yeah, and I am going to put it middle of the pack because I do think USC is going to beat Oregon, and I do think it's going to be more difficult to bounce back and get high for Washington. But I also factor in Jedfish on the road, so I'm going to put it at 3.
3. So possibility of them losing, but not the highest. You got 2 potential higher likely losses. Ohio State plays at Indiana. Now, the key, Brownie, is to look for the same team mentioned in the first game and the second game.
Right.
Ohio State plays at Indiana.
It's like the Magic.
The game after the game is Indiana at Michigan. So for Indiana, most likely to win, most likely to lose that game afterwards. Ohio State at Indiana, but the game after the game, Indiana at Michigan.
So I'm going to go Indiana at number 2 here, Lance. And the only reason I'm doing that is they're not going to go undefeated again in the Big Ten regular season. They're going to find a loss. You're just not going to do that back-to-back years, I don't think, anymore. And I just don't think it's going to be an obvious one either. I don't think, the obvious one would be, they lose to Ohio State at home. I think they actually beat Ohio State, but then you've got to play Michigan next week, Kyle Whittingham. Give me Indiana losing that game.
Yeah, I mean, it's in play. They are going to lose the game. They've got more difficult games on their schedule, though, so I got it at 5.
But technically, they could lose the Ohio State game.
That's it. It could be. I'm just saying. I think it's not going to be the obvious one.
No,
like
they
that.
could lose at Nebraska.
Yeah.
They've got SC at home. They got to go to Washington. There's losable games on there.
Georgia plays at Alabama. The game after the game, Brownie, is Alabama at Tennessee. So Georgia at Alabama, regardless of how you think that game comes out, how does Alabama do in the game after the game at Tennessee? 1 is most likely to lose. 6 is most likely to win.
I went 4 there. Like if they beat Georgia, that would be a letdown game, tough place to play.
What if they lose to Georgia?
Last say if they lose to Georgia, you can't let Georgia beat you twice. So I went 2 on that one, Lance, or 4 on that one. I'm sorry, I was looking at your paper
because I've got a feeling that Tennessee is not going to be ranked, and DeBoer beats ranked teams. He does
interesting.
And the last 2 trips to Knoxville to Neyland for Alabama have not been good, right?
Well, they haven't.
Losing streak.
Yeah.
But specifically, they had a poor plan last time they went to Neyland. If you'll remember, the game started with the false start. They were just out of sync that whole game. They had a poor plan.
The game after the game, Andy Staples is doing this. It's part of our countdown to kickoff, brought to you by our friends at Innisfree. The Innisfree countdown to kickoff, just 32 days away from week 0. Your game day tradition is Innisfree Irish Pub in Tuscaloosa and Lakeview. Irish-inspired pub food, the signature Irish gold sauce, and always a world-class atmosphere. It's our friends at Innisfree. Alabama plays at LSU. The game after the game is Texas at LSU. The most likely or least likely for LSU to lose that game to Texas after playing Alabama. Where do you put this one?
So they've got Bama and LSU, or Bama and Texas in back-to-back home games?
Yes.
What's a heck of a season.
I'm going to
ticket
put it
package.
at 1.
Well,
because I think they got 4 losses coming up. This is just going to be one of them.
I'm going to put it at 3 because I think Jim is holding the one I want to put at number 1. That's the only reason I'm putting this at 3. And had I not had Indiana at 2, I would have gone right up there with it at 2. But I think you've got a game at 1 that I'm holding my number 1 spot for. In fact, well, I'm not going to write it yet.
Okay. LSU is at Ole Miss.
And there we go.
The next week, Ole Miss plays at Florida.
I was holding that for number 1. That is such a losable game. Florida is at Auburn the week before that. So, I mean, it's equally as difficult for them to turn around. I get it.
It is mentioned in Andy's story as well.
But, Lance, the emotion around this game, win or lose, having to turn right around and go to Florida the next week, that is so difficult for Pete Golding and Ole Miss.
It really is. And I do have a feeling Ole Miss is going to beat LSU, but because my highest I had left was 4. But, yeah, I would have had this higher.
Now, LSU
all these are difficult, by the way, so there's no wrong answers.
I'm assuming you're not going to have LSU on there twice. They're not on there twice, right?
Oh, yeah, they are. Yeah. The last one is LSU at Ole Miss.
You screwed me on that one.
The game after the game is Texas A&M at LSU.
I didn't think you'd put LSU on there twice, so now I got to put them at 6. I would have that way higher.
I got them 1 and 6.
Way higher.
Yeah. I don't. But I think it depends
those are both
on
tough backup games.
Oh, they're
but
terrible.
I do think it depends. Like the winner has a better chance of losing the next week than the loser.
I kind of agree with you. No matter
it's just the way that works.
Yeah, no, if it's Ole Miss or LSU, there's going to be so much emotion in that if you win it.
But to your point on the LSU schedule, look how they're bundled together there. LSU at Ole Miss, losable game. Then they turn right around the next week and they play Texas freaking A&M.
Yeah.
And then they play Alabama. The next week they play Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I
That's
think
tough.
LSU, they're a dog right now at Ole Miss. I think they will end up being a dog to Texas. That's probably it. Right? They're only going to be like between a 2-point underdog and a 3-point favorite like 5 or 6 times. I mean, it's a really difficult
But you're
schedule.
right. The back-to-backs they get are exceptionally difficult.
That's right.
That's 2 tough back-to-backs.
Yeah. And Indiana was on there a couple of times. So too was Alabama. It's a interesting way to look at it.
Yeah,
Not
I mean,
traditionally the trap games, which usually is a upset between 2 big games, just the game after the game. I thought it was a great story by Andy.
Yeah.
But there's 3 setups. Well, maybe even 4. So Ole Miss, then A&M. This is LSU. Then you got to go to Auburn the very next week, Alabama. And then if we separate those, Texas and then at Tennessee, or even at Tennessee and then at Arkansas. There's a lot of trap games on LSU schedule.
Let me just say this. To me, the biggest potential buzzsaw on the entire SEC schedule is this one right here. Ole Miss plays Auburn, night game Auburn plays Florida, night game Jordan-Hare Stadium. They go back to Ben Hill Griffin. Ole Miss coming off that emotional LSU game, regardless of how it goes, that is either a 2:30 or nighttime kick. If that's nighttime at Florida Field and Ole Miss is coming off that win, that is a buzzsaw to walk into right there. Yeah. I mean, Summerall, that'll be their conference home opener. Especially if they find a way to beat Auburn, that crowd will be absolutely juiced down there. That is such a tremendously difficult spot for Ole Miss.
Andy points out there are certain teams that have got the game after the game that's also after the game. And USC is one of those. Their stretch of Oregon at USC, followed up by Washington at USC, followed up by USC at Penn State.
Whew.
That's the game after the game that's
so
after
they
the
play
game.
Oregon, Washington, Penn State in 3 consecutive weeks.
Yes.
And you would maintain that Oregon, Washington, and Penn State could all win the conference.
Oh, yeah.
And you got to play them in 3 consecutive
Penn
weeks.
State, based on schedule, could get into the game, I think. I mean, Penn State doesn't play Oregon, Ohio State, or Indiana.
And they host USC, as we're just learning.
Yeah. And by the way, for LSU, that other stretch is Alabama at LSU, the game after the game, Texas at LSU, and the game after that game, LSU at Tennessee.
Yeah. And then LSU's got to go to Arkansas after that.
Yeah. Yeah. And a normal game.
So you're saying Bama, Texas at home, then at Tennessee?
Bama, Texas at home, and then at Tennessee in a 3-game stretch. That's November before they end with Arkansas.
Hey, what if I told you that LSU loses their season opener and their regular season finale?
Here we go. So you're coming on the Clemson train with me.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, but like both of those games are losable.
Clemson and at Arkansas? You think at Arkansas is losable?
Arkansas is not losable.
I mean, I've seen some weird Arkansas LSU games in the past.
Give me some point spread action on that one.
I mean,
LSU at Arkansas. I know it's last game of the year, so it's a wild guess
but
right
if
now.
we put it to the first game of the year right now, LSU at Arkansas, LSU would be 14.5.
Yeah, so they're a 2-touchdown favorite. Yeah.
Our friends at Hemp Hill bringing you that hot and cold look at some hot schedules out there. Tell us about our friends at Hemp Hill.
Yeah, hey, look, never ideal if something goes down in your home or business, whether it's an AC or you've got a plumbing issue. The good news is you got our friends from Hemp Hill Services behind you. Trust the name Birmingham has trusted since 1954. For any and all of these issues, call Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there. Tell them the next round sent you. Hard to stop a train, 205-229-2090 or hemphillservices.com.
And our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama, the great folks at UCA, taking care of you for over 70 years of compassionate care. There's the phone number on your screen if you're watching us on the video platforms, but I'll give it to you if you're audio only. 205-930-0920. Urology Centers, Alabama.com. Everything from prostate health to kidney stones, everything in between, testosterone treatments, ED, they can handle it all. Anything that is impacted by your urological system, your urological tract, they take care of you. Urology Centers of Alabama. For 70 years, 10 great locations, Urology Centers, Alabama.com.
My answer to your question ultimately, though, is if they happen to lose to Clemson and Arkansas, that is a 6-6 team. That is going to be an absolute disaster.
And it won't happen at all. I think they win both of those games.
Yeah. I don't know. That Clemson game, man, I'm still doing my homework on that one.
Back to the NFL camps that have opened up. Daniel Jones, quick recovery from his Achilles injury, ready for camp when the Colts camp opens up tomorrow. He's a full go, ready to go.
Look, I thought Daniel Jones was really good in spots last year until the injury, and I thought the Colts were really, really good, and then obviously everything kind of fell apart.
Jamal Adams added to the Minnesota Vikings. Does that help that Vikings defense? Is there anything left in the tank for Jamal Adams?
I think there's a little bit. I mean, more so just a savvy veteran that, this guy was at one particular time you could make an argument the best safety in football.
And did Jerry Jeudy, the former Alabama wide receiver, let the cat out of the bag, or is it just a personal preference? He's doing a live TikTok sitting in his car, and he doesn't say anything in the video that's posted that was clipped out of this live TikTok. But someone in the chat says, who do you want to be QB1 at Cleveland? He doesn't answer. He just throws up the number 4.
It was edited.
You think it was AI?
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
100% it was.
Yeah,
so you know that it was.
No, I mean, nobody knows this. There is a back and forth on whether it was edited or not. It looks like it could have been in the video.
And he hasn't commented.
No.
Yeah.
But number 4, for those that don't know, Cleveland's
Deshaun Watson, not Shedeur Sanders. But so he is saying, or someone is saying that it was edited?
Yeah, that it could be edited, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Boy, that's doing somebody dirty if you do that. I mean, you want to tear up a locker room.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot of Ravens and Steelers and Bengals fans out there.
It's a brutal division, that is.
Yeah. I mean, Deshaun Watson's been forever. People keep him in camp for a reason.
Well, it was a guaranteed contract. This is the last year of that guaranteed $250 million contract.
What's the last meaningful snap he's taken?
Oh, I can't even remember.
I can't either.
But I'll tell you this. I think if Todd Monken, I think he's going to play the best quarterback.
I would agree. I mean, Todd Monken's trying to win games, and Watson is there is zero doubt about this. Watson is the most talented of that group of quarterbacks. I mean, there's no doubt about that, right?
At one point he was,
At one point. I really don't know now.
We got Shedeur Sanders. We got Dylan Gabriel. Do we still have Flacco? Is Flacco still on that roster?
I think he's going.
Is he going? So it's Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, and Deshaun Watson battling for the job.
He got traded to the Bengals, and I think he re-signed with them.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a 4th quarterback in Cleveland, as there always is. I can't remember who it is.
There always is. There's a room full. By the way, Daniel Jeremiah, DJ on the show tomorrow, so we'll talk some more NFL with him. He is on at...
So we get DJ and Fitzy the same day
10:30, yeah, DJ and Fitzy.
Jam-packed show
Same day.
tomorrow.
Yeah, 10:30 Central Time for DJ.
And a possible release of the next Reels tomorrow, too. So big day tomorrow.
What a day on the
platform.
channel. Yeah.
Yeah, on the platform. All right, one more thing to get to before we head to break here. Trash coming up in a second. I got this today from the Morning Brew, one of the newsletters I get. And the folks that used to own Kentucky Fried Chicken, Colonel Harlan Sanders and his wife Claudia, there's an auction that is going on for their estate and stuff on the inside that includes on their property, which is 3-acre property there, the original KFC headquarters, by the way, outside of Louisville. They're auctioning off Blackwood Hall Mansion and the Claudia Sanders Dinner House, which they opened up a couple of years after they sold KFC for $2 million in 1964. A decision the Colonel, it writes here, came to regret despite remaining the business's mascot. He believed the quality slipped the moment he sold it away to him. The family bought the estate, the family owns it now, bought the estate from the Sanders 5 decades ago, and now they're ready to sell. $4.9 million is the price, but the auction that will go for the stuff that's inside includes Sanders' personal memorabilia, which includes a day planner, which has what in it?
The 11 herbs and spices?
The 11 herbs and spices and the precise measurements. That's according to the auction house that's selling this. Now, the folks at Yum Brands, who owns the recipe and everything now, says they tell the New York Times that the true secret recipe is, quote, locked in a digital safe encased in 2 feet of concrete, end quote.
It seems like overkill, honestly, but...
I got to be honest, like KFC back in the day, every now and then, I can't remember the last time I ate there. I guarantee you, back to your, there's 50 more girls at Floribama. I mean, how many grandmothers throughout the South can probably have a better recipe?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would go find somebody's granny and get her 11 herbs and spices. I'll take that.
I mean, there's something nostalgic
just on
and mysterious.
You can throw a rock and hit a better chicken shop.
You mean on the chicken strip, Highway 280?
On the chicken strip.
On chicken strip, Highway 280.
Birmingham's very own.
Our buddy Champy's, you go down there. I don't know what his spices. Would he even tell us the spices he puts in his brine?
Can you text him? Love. Spice number 1 is love.
Can you ask him?
Ask him how many there are.
Is it a secret? His brine,
his 11 herbs and spices. How many herbs and spices?
And
does
I don't
he
know
have?
what he put. If he puts anything in the flour to make it taste the way it does, but it does. Because I'm with Lance. I think the 11 herbs and spices is way overplayed over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, back before you had the options, there was something, I don't know, mysterious about.
Now, I would say the Coca-Cola formula is far more valuable than the KFC formula. Would you not agree with that? Although I say this, if you could identically replicate Coke or Diet Coke, I just don't know that you could market it well enough that people would believe you. Like if Dunaway bought the Coke recipe and said, hey, everybody, I got the Coke recipe. I bought it in an auction, and I am going to start bottling the identical product to Coca-Cola, and I'm going to sell it for $1 less.
I think there was a YouTuber a few months back. He's like a chemistry YouTuber who replicated the taste of Coke, but not the actual recipe. Like he made his own recipe, but it tasted exactly like Coke.
I would venture to say, of everybody in our chat room and on this show, because of my financial situation, my upbringing, I have drank more RC and Czech colas than anybody else up here.
Okay, I would give you that.
And
but here's what I've never understood
they could get
with that.
close, they would be closer than they are, and they are not.
You can tell the difference between RC Czech and regular Coke.
I mean, how tight the times have to be because it's the difference in like 50 cents a 2 liter.
Yeah, well, 50 cents was a big deal.
I mean, my grandma, my dad's mom, my maternal grandmother would only buy. Czech was the Walmart brand?
I don't know.
Winn-Dixie brand.
It was way before Walmart.
The Winn-Dixie brand.
Yeah, Western is where we got it.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. I think they were in several grocery stores because I think over in Anniston, my grandmother would buy Czech, and I hated it. I was like, I want the real stuff. And she would buy Dr. Thunder. Remember Dr. Thunder?
Yeah.
What was amazing was
they were rip-offs.
Was water was free, but we didn't drink it back as a kid. Like the only water I ever got, and this is a true to God story, was out of a hose. Like there was not water in my house.
I loved water out of a hose. Yeah, water out of a hose had a great taste.
RC Cola is a better mixer, in my opinion.
RC Cola is good.
So you go RC Cola and bourbon?
If you can find it, it is a better
I disagree.
whiskey and cola mixer.
Yeah, I think Coke is.
Yeah,
it's got that good pop. If you're gonna mix it,
you want something random, and this goes back to what Brooke's talking about. Were you with us Was it just me and you that did the show from that bar in Nashville before the SEC tournament, or was it all three of us? Was that the one where you got
sick?
You got sick and went back. Do you remember that's all they had on tap was RC Cola? And I thought that was, you don't remember that?
No.
You remember the bar I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, but I was probably drinking a beer and you were drinking a
RC Cola. Yeah. I had never, that's all they had on tap, and I never heard of that. But he said the same thing Brooks said. He said, our patrons like it because they say it's a better mixer. I'm like, man, y'all have got some specific patrons if you've got RC Cola on tap. But it's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Now, I prefer, give me Diet Coke any day of the week.
I mean, I have a good memory every now and then of driving down a country road and or fishing at night, drinking an RC Cola and eating some peanuts or a moon pie.
Now, I'll tell you what I did hate is when you do like vacation Bible school at church when you were a kid, and they would bring in the generic Oreos. It wasn't like name brand Oreos. It started with an H, like Hyrox or Hydrox or something like that.
I remember
those.
That's a newer brand now. There was something that was even more generics than Oreos.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember the Flints used to bring the generic Pop-Tart. It was the Winn-Dixie Pop-Tart.
Was that? But that was awful.
It
had frosting on it?
They had but it was even less frosting. Like,
yeah, it's barely on there.
They
barely
don't give
spilled
you
some
all
on
the
there.
frosting they probably should in a regular Pop-Tart, but this one had, like, it was almost...
it's a snow game on the field, and it's just started snowing.
just started
It's starting
snowing,
to accumulate.
It was
the frosting
dusting.
was just starting to accumulate.
Yeah.
We're still in the first quarter.
Yeah. Footing's getting rough out there now, guys.
Hey, you know what Dunaway said was sold out is those new Uncrustables.
Yeah.
You tried to buy them the other day, didn't you?
The jams.
The jams. He said they are sold flat out. They can't keep them in the stores.
I did ended up buying them. And
have you had them?
I've tried one.
And?
It is good. It tastes a little healthier than the Uncrustable.
See.
In a good way or a bad way?
It doesn't. It tastes healthier. But I will tell you this: I got this is not going to shock anyone that works for me. Maybe it shocks somebody left that hasn't been with us for 17 years.
Okay. You're expecting more.
I grabbed my first jams. Maggie also bought a box of Uncrustables and a box of jams.
Okay.
There was no jams at Walmart. There was one box left at Target. So she bought it. And it was whatever flavor it is, strawberry. Only flavors. There was the only box they had left. So I was going to play golf. Last week, it was last Tuesday.
Okay.
So I swung by the house and I grabbed 2 jams out of the box. I was going to let them melt on the way down to Ballantrae, and I was going to eat it when I got there. So about halfway there, I can't stand it anymore. I started eating it. And I ate the second one. Fantastic. They were delicious. Equally as good as Uncrustable to me, but you can tell they're a little healthier. So I was going to grab one to go with a yogurt bowl for dinner Sunday night.
So a jams and a yogurt bowl is going to be your dinner.
So I reached in to my box of jams, and there's only 2 jams things left.
It's like 4 to a box, isn't it?
Did Chili come over?
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you blame Maggie, huh?
You beat Jimmy to the words of his own song. So I turned around and I was like, there's only 2 jams left. Did you eat one of my jams? And she's like, no, what are you talking about? And then I yell up to my son, who's just out of college. I was like, did you eat one of my jams? There's a whole box of Uncrustables
No,
here.
Dad.
And he's like, what are you even talking about? What are jams?
Yes.
And Maggie grabs the box and she's like, you idiot, there's only 4 in the box. Did you eat 2? And I said, yeah, there's only 4 in the box.
How many is it on
So
Uncrustable?
they are bigger. They're
Yeah.
slightly bigger, but
Yeah.
there's 4 in a box. I think there's probably 10 Uncrustables.
Yeah, there's different
There's not
sizes of
many.
Uncrustables.
You want the best Uncrustable is the drink cart at the golf course because they've got it in a plastic bag and it's sitting on top of the ice, so it's not frozen, but it is freaking cold.
Yeah, we keep them in the fridge.
Yeah, you take that first bite off that ice, and man, that jelly is so nice and cold.
Ever pop an Uncrustable in the microwave?
You're not supposed to.
Yeah.
My daughter did that and it exploded. I think.
I don't
you
want
just
hot
put-
jelly
you just put
though.
You just put it in there for like 5-10 seconds.
I think she did it too long.
And then you got a nice warm PB&J.
No, I ended up
I like
eating
it
nice
cold.
and melty.
My first jams was basically a jam sickle. I was halfway there and I was hungry and I started eating it. It was still icy in the middle, but it tasted fine. It was good.
Do you have to keep inventory of the food in your house?
Apparently.
No, if it's food I want, yeah. Yeah.
You could get one of those smart
He buys it,
fridges.
but he's not allowed to eat it.
Have you seen them where they keep track of what you got in the fridge?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
But like almond milk yesterday, I was told, hey, I'm not, unless you need something, I'm going to wait and go to the grocery store on Tuesday. I was like, that's fine. She's like, do you have enough almond milk for coffee in the morning? Yes, I do. Because I knew the last time I drank the almond milk how much was left, just enough for my coffee in the morning. Well, this morning I go to pour it, and somebody had got it down to a drizzle of almond milk, not nearly enough for my coffee.
Just finish it at that point.
And she was like, well, yeah, I had a bowl of cereal yesterday. And I said, well, when you're asking me, do I need anything? And I'm telling you, I got enough almond milk for my coffee. If you had a bowl of cereal, that now I've measured it out to where I had enough, and now I don't have enough.
That's frustrating.
So Forrester came this close to getting coffee this morning.
Yeah, when you get the milk out for a bowl of cereal and it pours and it's only like that much, it doesn't even cover the flakes, and you got no more milk.
Why'd you put that back in the
Not good.
Yeah.
Almond milk on cereal just sounds odd to me as well.
I don't drink real milk anymore. It's almond milk all the time.
Have you ever poured a bowl of cereal and had no milk left?
Yes. Oh, I hate that. I hate that.
Yeah. It's the worst.
I've used water.
Have you, Michael Irvin? You use water?
I've used it in a pinch.
I have never put water on cereal.
Nick Nolte in Canary Road used beer.
Yeah.
You know what I did? What I've done? I take
Ice Cube and Friday also used water.
I take heavy whipping cream.
Oh, I've seen that.
Put a little water in there,
and you mix it up, make
really
milk.
good, and,
Yeah.
and make a little low-fat milk.
Does it drink pretty good?
It gets it done. It's it done.
Why can they
Boy,
not?
you have come a long way from shitting in
You
a hole.
really have to only almond milk on cereal. Yeah.
Pedicures and almond milk.
Yeah.
Why can they? I was asking
When's
somebody
the
this.
last fried bologna sandwich?
Oh, I love a fried bologna
We had
sandwich.
to eat them so much.
Hey, make them some bitches. I'll eat one right now.
I have not had one in forever,
the
but I
other
love
day.
them.
I love
so
them.
good.
I haven't had one in forever.
You know why I lost my taste for it? Because I went to the famous place in Franklin.
Buckets.
That offered it.
It's too thick.
Yeah,
And
it's a
too
big, thick bologna. Yeah.
and it did. So I was so looking forward to that. And first couple bites were delicious.
Yeah, it's
But
too
then-
much.
But then it was too much bologna.
Yeah,
And
there's
so I felt that all day long.
Yeah, there's a place near here that does a big smoked bologna.
Yep, and I was so excited the first time I ordered it, and they brought it, and that thing was that thick.
Yeah, no, there's a place here, but I think they've gotten on the wrong side of a lot of people. And I think it's closed now, but they had a really good bologna breakfast sandwich. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
the way you positioned it.
Well,
there,
the place with the big smoked bologna got on Jim's bad side.
They did. He's never been back. They screwed your order
I
up
don't know
that
if
one
you
time.
know this from working with him for a couple of
That's
years.
right.
That happens a lot.
That was not exclusive company.
Well, to be fair, they never brought him.
They
his
did not
food.
bring him his food. He had a legitimate complaint on this one.
Can you eat anywhere in Birmingham, Jim?
It's new places are popping up all the time.
God, can you imagine if he was
I
a
eat at
food
home
critic?
more.
I would love to see your blacklist.
It's crazy.
I should keep an actual list, but
Yeah. You got it in your head. All you got to do is write it down.
Well, I forget some, but yeah.
No, I mean, you were legit on that one because there were like 10 of us, and they brought everybody's food but yours.
And didn't they still bring you a check for it? And
Yeah, I
still
think,
charge you?
they brought the check. They
Wait,
never brought his food.
where was this? And when
It's
was
a
it?
local barbecue joint just down the road from us.
Oh, I know what it is.
Yeah.
They have a
Martin's?
lot of
Okay.
cornbread hoe cakes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I like the
that's
spot.
overrated.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, I
but-
think they've got good food. I don't like the hoe cake.
Yeah.
And the bologna is too thick.
And they didn't bring Jim's food.
That's
But,
awesome.
but did bring the ticket. I think Jimmy was like, "Oh, you got that out very quickly. Thank you."
Yeah. I'll be glad to pay for this. Is there a chance I can get the food? Oh, we never brought you the food. No.
No.
Well, we can get it for you now. It's like,
No, don't bother.
actually
Don't bother.
not hungry now.
I don't need to eat.
Yeah, but let me pay for this.
Wasn't that the same day you went to the golf course and pooed yourself?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
You blow a tire on the way home?
Yeah, that was before Mexican lettuce.
That sounds like a great day.
Yeah, it's on a day for Dunaway.
Yeah.
And shot a 93. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a Tuesday for you.
Couldn't hit a putt. All right. When we come back, we'll get to trash. Michelson Laser Vision takes us to break.
Yeah, 205-969-8100. If you wear the contacts or glasses, you owe it to yourself to at least make that call. Find out if you were a candidate for LASIK. Dr. Mort Michelson, the first to perform the LASIK procedure in the state of Alabama way back in 1995. I got the procedure done in 2003. I've got 20/15 vision better than 20/20. 205-969-8100 or michelsonlaservision.com.
Follow LT on Twitter at @TheLanceTaylor.
When a motorcycle accident turns your world upside down, who's going to look out for your family while you're healing? Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys is here for you, fighting for injured riders and getting families the compensation they deserve. The consultation is free. They don't get paid until you do. Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys. Call 659-777-7777 or visit alexwins.law. Don't wait. Call 659-777-7777. alexwins.law. Physical offices, Birmingham.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Never miss anything from the next round when you listen on demand through the podcast platform of your choice, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcast, wherever you listen. Always like, follow, subscribe, turn on automatic download so you can catch every part of the next round. Listen anywhere in the world, anytime on the Next Round podcast feed, and support the show by following, subscribing, and turning on automatic downloads on any podcast platform. Listen anywhere in the world, anytime on the Next Round podcast feed. Thanks for always making the next round a big part of your day. Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from the Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090. Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
All right, final segment of the show today brought to you by our friends at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken, Champy's Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster. Any word from Sterling and how many spices he used? It's got to be more than 11.
You know what's cool about KFC? That's not cool. It's just kind of creative. Well, go ahead and do that.
What, the story of Colonel Sanders?
You brought it up.
You want an interesting biopic, Colonel Sanders would be incredible.
But I prefer the chicken at Champy's by far and away.
Yeah.
You know what's amazing? I just noticed this. We're starting with KFC on trash.
Hey, Champy's World Famous, hopefully it's not the same story. Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster, where Sterling doesn't insult you by putting his chicken in a bucket. He will put it on a plate. Like humans are intended to eat chicken.
And his staff doesn't insult you like KFC staff does.
Wow.
Chicken that's, I'm just trying to get him these guys out of a hole over here.
Yeah, I did not realize you're right in the middle of a
I don't need you to put us back in a hole
That was on me. That was on me.
Champy's chicken, brined overnight and delicious spices. It is cooked to order. It's piping hot. The chicken fingers are tremendous. The in-house made sides, in-house made desserts. The hospitality, the atmosphere, perfect for tailgating, 32 days away. One of our great sponsors, Champy's, Highway 119 in Alabaster. Guys.
I was going to say KFC follows 11 people on Twitter. They're all named Herb or they're a Spice Girl.
Interesting.
That's a fact about KFC.
Herb Winches?
Well, I don't think Herb Winches made it.
Oh.
I'll see if I can find the Herbs. I don't think Herb Winches on there. I
Herb
think Herb's
Jones
on
is
Twitter.
one of them.
Herb Jones from Alabama?
Former Alabama basketball
how about
player.
that?
Herb Sendek?
Herb Sendek, former NC State coach.
Other Herbs?
I don't know. Herb Alp.
There was a Herb on WKRP in Cincinnati, right?
Yeah. How about
Old
Peaches
Spice
and Herb?
Old Spice is one of them.
Oh, they follow Old Spice and the Spice Girls?
Yeah, yes.
Oh, interesting.
Herb Dean.
Peaches and I don't know who Herb
Do
Dean
they-
is.
do
MMA
they-
fighter.
Ice Spice?
That's all the Spice Girls. They follow all the Spice Girls. And then a bunch of Herbs. Yeah. Insignificant to the rest of the show. Just thought I'd throw that in there.
Let's get to our first KFC story today.
That's number 2 coming up.
It's part of trash. Hit it, man.
Now, if that's too much, 12 different appetizers to choose from. I'm a fried dickle pickle man. I'm a fried dill pickle man.
LT's Trash is presented by Bud Light.
Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Again, we start first with KFC. They have unveiled new limited time Simpsons menu featuring food and collectibles inspired by some of the show's most memorable moments. Now, so far, the collaboration is available only in Spain and Portugal, with the fast food chain introducing a menu with items inspired by Homer's famous love for pink donuts, as well as references to iconic gags. Now, the collab's big showstopper item is the so-called Rosque burger.
No
I
idea.
think it's the Roski burger.
Roski burger,
Oh.
which sandwiches chicken, bacon, and cheese between two donuts.
You ever had one of those things where they use donuts as a bun? I've had it one time, didn't love it.
I have not.
It's not bad.
Didn't love it. Like it was, I felt like it was a little more sizzle than taste.
I was telling our buddy David Walls last night at poker about the place that's no longer in business that had the Morning Wood burger. And
that was good.
What was on that?
Yeah.
It was the burger, bacon, fried egg, peanut butter, jelly.
Ooh, okay.
It was a good burger.
It was delicious.
Yeah, it was a good
delicious,
burger. Yeah.
Other additions include the Chili Bites of Madness, inspired by Homer's encounter with the Guatemalan insanity pepper, and a frozen blueberry drink based on Quickie Mart's Squishy. Ketchup sachets also get rebrand to Catsup. Now, the collaboration also includes selection of themed collectibles featuring references from across the show's history, including Homer's plutonium fuel rod, a Bart license plate, and Mr. Sparkle detergent box.
In true Deadpan Walls fashion, he said, "Man, I wish I could order Morning Wood."
Good line. I could hear him saying it too.
Yep.
Did you guys ever try the?
Then I beat him with an inside straight draw.
Yeah, boom! There's your Morning Wood.
Did you ever try the sandwich that KFC had that had
I did.
the chicken?
Last
as
time
the
I ate
buns?
it. Yeah, last time I ate KFC was that sandwich. It was the bun. It was chicken breast instead of buns.
Did trash make you go out and try that?
Double down.
We talked about it on the show, and I think I said I'm going to get it next time I'm going to the golf course, and I got it. I think coming home from the golf course, and it was called, ironically, the Double Down.
Yeah, it was bacon and cheese and sauce in between two chickens.
That was well before we
two chicken
were
breasts or
Double
something.
Down Media. Well before we were Double Down Media.
Last time I ate at KFC was a bowl. We were in the radio.
I remember this.
And they brought it up, and I think it was 2 bites, 3 bites. It wasn't what I thought it was going to
Yeah.
be. It was a lot of mashed potatoes.
Yeah, a lot of mashed potatoes in that.
Should I know who this Jimothy thing is?
That was
it's
when
on
you
a
were
trash
off.
story while you were gone.
Okay. This is the mutant raccoon that took over the internet after being spotted roaming the streets of Seattle. Well, that's probably the best thing, roaming the streets of Seattle.
Oh, Jimothy.
Now, the critter was born with a short spine, making him smaller than the average raccoon and giving him a hunched appearance. This thing ain't a raccoon.
No, this is the newest.
Oh, yeah.
The newest sensation after Jimothy. It's
Yeah.
this dog named Tilly, who
Yeah.
Also has that short spine syndrome.
Same disease that
Yeah.
impacted the raccoon, impacting this dog.
Tilly Bean, 7-year-old dog, rescued back in 2019, born with the short spine syndrome. But unlike the raccoon, who was spotted in the wild, Tilly has TikTok and Instagram accounts dedicated to her, with over 1 million followers combined across both.
Bless Tilly's heart, man. Look at that. Looks like a tough life.
Now, some posts show her dressed in adorable outfits, while others document her simply going about her daily life as a, quote, friendly loaf. The accounts have been around for many years, but since the raccoon became an internet star, even more fans have begun taking notice.
when she's climbing up on the couch, she looks like a fat guy wearing skinny jeans. Wait till it cycles back around and see what I'm saying.
I was going to say like Mike Wazowski from Monsters, Inc.
Yeah.
But fat guy in skinny jeans.
Fat guy in skinny jeans. Wait till she's climbing
Don't
this.
see a lot of fat guys in skinny jeans.
You don't, but yeah, that's what this will look like when you see it. It looks like a fat guy wearing skinny jeans.
Oh, yeah.
Right here,
Brooks
right here.
brings
Hang
up
on.
a good
Hang on.
point.
Right there. Look, fat guy
she
wearing
looks
skinny
like
jeans.
the Tasmanian devil.
Yeah, a little bit.
No, not him. The one with the mustache. The cowboy.
Oh, Yosemite Sam?
Yosemite Sam. That's who I was thinking.
Fat guy wearing skinny jeans.
Yeah, wait till it cycles back around. It looks like Brian Kelly to me.
He's looking at the golden
Chip
dome.
Kelly. I'm sorry, Chip
Kelly.
Kelly.
Oh,
Chip Kelly.
hey.
Looks like
I'll
Chip
tell
Kelly.
you, wherever this dog, the
Yeah,
short
you're
spine
right.
dog is living, they are shipwrecked in the 70s with those curtains in that.
That's pretty bad, isn't it?
That couch.
Yeah. Watch here we go. Chip Kelly. Ready? Chip.
Yeah, you're right. It is Chip Kelly.
A woman is accused of throwing a plate of dinner and a cup of urine at her 65-year-old senior relative during a domestic dispute, according to the sheriff's office. Now, according to the Broward Sheriff's Office report, deputies responded July 19th after receiving a 911 call about an active domestic disturbance. Boy, she looks shocked in her mugshot, doesn't she?
I'm where?
Yeah. The fuck you say? Now, dispatchers were told the woman, later identified as Stephanie Alice, 28, was throwing objects while a male relative attempted to break up a fight. Now, when deputies arrived, they found family members arguing. One witness told investigators the victim was covered with food and urine after attempting to separate Alcee from the victim. Now, investigators said the dispute began when the victim prepared dinner and asked if she wanted to eat. According to the report, she became upset, started yelling, grabbed a plate of food, threw it at the victim, then started through a cup containing urine, splashing it across the victim's face and body. I don't know. It doesn't say why she had a cup of urine, like,
Yeah, that is an interesting
readily
question,
available.
right? I mean,
you
drug
have
test.
it ready in case you need to throw it at somebody.
Yeah. Again,
Failure
they are
to
secret
prepare.
spices. We don't know what they are.
That's right.
They could be anything.
Could be anything. Don't know why she's got a cup of urine.
And finally, researchers have found a bizarre new way to keep decades of wildlife research alive after funding cuts, launching an OnlyFans account dedicated entirely to adorable marmots. Are they marmots?
Marmots.
Marmots. Now, for more than 60 years, scientists have been studying the yellow-bellied marmot in Colorado's Rocky Mountains, helping uncover everything from their social behavior to how climate change affects wild populations. But with the research funding becoming increasingly difficult to secure, the team has decided to try something a little more unconventional. They started a OnlyFans page for the animals.
I don't think that's going to work, Lance.
Yeah, I don't see how many subscribers they've got. Does it even tell here, Tyler?
It did not
Yeah.
say.
It's gonna be a low
Say
number.
that it was a free subscription.
They said it's G-rated content. I hope. I
Yeah.
mean,
I don't need that.
But now, what somebody's done is they've made a crypto coin based on this project. So if you want to invest in the OnlyMarms coin because you think it's going to be the currency of the future, then you can invest in that.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would, but
Yeah,
you
I don't
could.
either.
yeah, that's an interesting shape.
I got a dog for her in the previous story.
I mean, is there a chance that somebody just mistypes
Mars?
a search on OnlyFans and comes across this?
Yeah,
And
this is not what I expected.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I wanted only ma'ams.
Mars?
Good day, ma'am. Only male.
That is Trash Today.
Yeah,
Brought to you by our friends at Odie's.
Odie's Tavern, great place to go for lunch or dinner. Remember, trivia every Wednesday night, live music every Friday and Saturday night. Stop in, see our friend Will Haver and that great staff. 2 locations, the original Crestline, newest location in Edgewood. Great food from Rodney Davis for the last 4+ decades. Lunch or dinner, Birmingham Institution is Odie's Tavern.
I make you laugh every now and then. Right, Tyler?
Yeah.
Every now and then.
Dang,
Little smile
Lance.
there.
My gosh.
This man's made one of our
Throwing
lights.
missiles at
He
the lights.
is. Could you throw that any harder?
Friday, 4 to 6, we're back at Walk-Ons off of Highway 280, Tattersall Park. We'll be out there wrapping up our month-long fundraising event for our friends at Folds of Honor, Alabama. And we'll be there at Walk-Ons, Tattersall 280, Friday, 4 to 6. Come out and have the final Buds and Bud Lights of our $2 bottle, $3 draft month of July, all helping our friends at Folds of Honor, Alabama, veteran and first responder families. QR codes are still there all week long. If you can't make it Friday, going out there this week and hold up a Budweiser or a Bud Light for us. $2 bottles, $3 drafts. That helps out Folds of Honor, Alabama. Thank you to Anheuser-Busch. Thank you to Adams Beverage. Thank you to Walk-Ons, all 3 locations for doing that, Trustful, Stadium Trace, and the one on 280. And thank you to the folks at Folds of Honor, Alabama for the work you do for veteran and first responder families. We look forward to being out there with you on Friday, 4 to 6. That's our show today. We're back with you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Central Time. Until next time, God bless you and God bless America.